They're just sitting.
centimeters.
No, you have to be much more stronger. Fuck! There you go.
Multiple
Oh
times.
my
What are
god,
you
I
looking
don't
at?
know why I always forget that you guys do that every week, but it gets me every
You have, like,
time.
3 cats? How many cats are there?
They're
Just two, just these two.
Oh, I
They're
have to-
staring
Oh.
at something.
too many voices. There we go.
Maybe a bird.
What
Who
is-
knows? They're just vibing. I cannot get this one to look at me. She is zoned in.
Rob.
She's got to murder something.
There was
sure.
a player who played
might-
Among Us yesterday with me and Mesh, and she accidentally killed the wrong person. And in the in the actual meeting room, it was total silence. You could hear her inhale, and the loudest fuck I've ever heard. Just
Who is this?
it was just a new friend of ours.
Nice.
On an Among Us session, just like fuck. Like, oh. Like,
That
middle of
was
the
the
night.
deepest.
Goldie, your
fuck
camera
ever.
is majorly boned right now.
Wow, you probably
Oh,
shouldn't say the
again?
deepest fuck you've ever heard.
Got
I'll be
him.
back.
Don't worry, we have it. We have it on the. We have evidence.
Alright, guys, I won't be playing this week. We have a new player. There she is.
The girthy kitty.
He's adorable. He's so fluffy.
I love that the
Yeah,
cat was
it's
just
really- it's
observing the
fucking-
chair and then just bailed. It's like, this is a chair, yes.
I can't remember how to
Now
turn
she's
on
hiding under
the
a piece of paper.
backgrounds.
Incredible.
Oh,
You're
it's this
perfect.
thing.
Why are you
I'll
so
give you.
perfect?
I'll give you like a temporary background whilst I just.
That's fine, Jody.
I'm not
Black is fine. What's up,
No, no,
DS?
you've got something. This is to entertain you whilst I eat the sandwich.
Mushroom Island.
How dare you entertain me and eat at the same time, you motherfucker. I don't remember what the reference is to, but I was listening to a podcast where they were doing something with like just swearing for random sake, and then they're like talking about what do you say to this person, and like everyone at the table just goes fuck at the same time. And that was all they wanted to say, and I was like, that's good.
We need to coordinate that. Absolutely.
Anyways, Twitch, have you heard of the swearing?
Alright, it's gonna be like.
See, as soon as we get on Twitch, are we on Twitch, right? As soon as we get on Twitch, the swear starts. Every
Yeah,
time.
you guys are generally nice people until we go live.
Yeah,
Fuck me.
The implication, like the second she's like, "Oh, how was that, everyone? Was that?"
I'm gonna
quite
get some
good,
water
yes?
while you guys swear some more. Warm up, okay?
Okay.
Alright, let's practice our coordination. In 3, 2, 1. Fuck!
Fuckity fuck, fuck,
Come on,
fuck,
guys.
fuckity
Are we on
fuckity
delay?
fuck,
Like, do we have a delay, or is it like?
Cocking balls.
You're a sick kid.
I mean, a delay, yes. We're all across the entire planet. Like,
Am I
I
I
don't
was
know.
about to say, oh, what's the ping on my? How do I say the ping?
Am I allowed to say the CC word? I'm not too sure.
Oh, 141
Word
MS.
on Twitch, Rob.
I
Probably.
imagine.
He said, "Oh, you have? Yes, you are."
Cunt. Stuff.
That's such a good word. God, I love that word.
I think
Oh, you're way too
only.
loud.
Your neighbors are like, what is this fucking.
It's
Just because I've done it on stream doesn't mean that that's legal.
Such a
I mean,
such a wonderful word.
Oh wait, Rob had a haircut.
Banging on the
Legitimately.
wall.
I know, right? It looks good. I'm getting
It
mine
looks nice.
tomorrow. I'm keeping
Just-
it linked. I'm just getting my bangs.
Your hair looks nice, Rob. I'm
Just like
giving you
the
a
mouth sounds of that
compliment.
word, right?
You know.
Okay.
It doesn't happen very
Players,
often.
I have an important
Also-
announcement to make that Cari has now given me a new mug that you can all enjoy.
Oh, that's true. For his
What the
birthday,
fuck?
early birthday present.
Wow,
Crying
that
reaction.
fucking mug is fucking great. Fuck's sake.
What does that
Crying
mean?
is a free crying is a free action.
Oh, crying.
I'll
It's a free.
remember
Oh,
that.
it's a free action. I didn't see the smaller part. Oh, okay. Alright, okay, got it.
No, you just no. Can you do like the sip, like the?
Crying is a free action.
Yes.
I don't know why people hate that. It's a
I
not
don't
nice
like
thing.
The only thing that Cari was trying to get was actually like the original idea for this was that I wanted to get a mug that says the tears of my players, and it's just like very simple.
Yep.
But she sent me this one, and it's basically the same thing, but there's a podcast, or sorry, there's an old show that Dungeons and Dragons ran, an official show that they ended up canceling after a long time, called Dice Camera Action. And the GM is actually Chris Perkins, who's like one of the lead game designers over at D&D. And anytime that they were playing, he's like vicious to them in certain situations that they find themselves, and like that he anytime he asks the players what to do, one of the characters is playing like a cowardly sorceress, and she's always like, I would just like to cry, and he says crying's a free action.
From that?
Yeah, so it's just like a joke mostly within their group, so I really like that.
Is there a situation where she chooses to fire blindly because she's so scared, and just like shoots like that and doesn't? It's like a free range of who she hits.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
Come on, internet. I pay $100 a month. You can step the fuck up.
Jeez.
The fucks will continue today.
All right,
because
folks.
we give no fucks. Hehe.
And we'll give all the fucks at the same time.
Last session. Songs of Summer, this group of adventurers in the lost city of Netheril. Not the city of Netheril, I keep saying that. The city of Ythrin. The ancient Netherese city, over almost 3,000 estimated years old. They found a 200 crawling claws coming out of a felled necromantic tower. Through some digging and some excavating and some time spent, they were able to lay the souls to rest of one of the leaders of Ythrin's spirits, as well as turning to ash many of the hands that one such cleric felt was very gross. And as an act of kindness, the necromancer of Ythrin was able to send off his final servants, aka the hands, and they decided that they were going to go back north to this area on the map that you guys can see that is a large dome structure, and in front of the dome structure is yet another dome structure. So
A dome within a dome.
It's just Russian dolls, guys. The first one, the smaller one is the main one. The other one just needs to lift up and go above it.
Yep.
exactly.
Man, I was fascinating with those things as a kid.
All right, so with that in mind, I'm gonna move all of your tokens to where Mesh is.
My brain had honestly never even registered the smaller dome. I never even noticed
I
it was
didn't until
there.
someone pointed it out either.
I think I incorporated it as a weird door into the other one.
Yeah, I
No.
thought they were connected.
Mesh, did you mention about the hole you found on the other side of the map?
Suspicious about that person.
That hole right there.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued by that hole.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully.
Got him.
Yep.
I will give myself inspiration and see myself out.
This is why we need sound.
42069 D's nuts, Dragon D's balls, got
We
him.
have them. Rob turned them off so we can use.
I know. Just having a door closing sound. That'd be good.
Did you see the goblin?
We did not see the
Goblin D's
That
nuts.
was yeah. Thank
I
you,
wasn't
Dallan.
gonna fall for it.
Dallan was
you
gonna go
have
in with
to.
me on that one, no matter what. I could tell.
Have to.
Alright, God damn it, this is off to a great start. Alright,
Don't drink
serious.
while you're
I gotta get
laughing.
you guys some more like moody music, and then we can maybe go. Alright, here we go.
We're having such a great time, though.
I know, right?
Striding across the frozen ground in your crampons, only the silent scratching as you try to reduce your sound. You approach a large structure. Despite the image that you are currently seeing on your maps, oops, that's the wrong tool. The structure in front of you is still very large. It's just that the structure behind it is much larger. Let me get to this page here. This is building 17. Okay. The roof of the domed building here is completely wrecked and opened to the elements. inside, you can't quite see from the outside, but there only seems to be one large entrance and a pair of locked doors in the back. And the locked doors, as you can see, Mesh, as you're kind of like making a quick perimeter kind of angle, you can see that the lock and the door have somehow fused with time and ice and pressure from maybe the impact of the city falling. So it's likely that if you were to go up and inspect, you know, do the kind of normal thief protocol here, that those back doors would be a beast to open. And the front door seems to have been blown off with impact.
Okay. This is the theater from last time, yes? Or
What's that?
Are you rewinding? Is this last
Oh,
time?
I did read everything for you last time?
Yes.
Okay. So as you enter the front, inside is a theater with a large stage that looks to be an estimate of seating for more than about 100 people. And you can see past where once there might have been a backsplash and a back curtain and a front curtain and all of that for a kind of production. There is in fact a backstage area that can be seen from certain angles in the back of the kind of spectator area. You can see past those. It looks like maybe the curtains would have been probably just tattered to time. Curtains don't last more than a couple hundred years, let alone 3,000. Icicles hang from the sagging balconies, and rime-frosted masks seem to line and leer grins from fractured walls all around the room.
I'll look around for anything useful, maybe in the back rooms, if there are any.
You said that there's a wooden writing desk in one of the...
Yeah, I did say that the backstage area, there seems to be some backstage rooms that are filled with like miscellaneous rubble, but there is a couple of them that have desks in them. If you want to check those out.
Yeah, I could help with that.
Okay.
I'll come with you.
Are the rest of us outside?
I don't know, are you?
I'm going in with Mesh.
Could I do a quick check around our surroundings just in case we're something lurking?
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
Is this
I'm
with
gonna get on the
advantage?
stage.
17.
To start, whip out
17?
your violin.
You see some of those like monster looking things that was with the demi-lich. You see a couple of them lurking, and as you kind of follow them for a couple seconds and maybe bring your gaze up a little bit, you do see way back, there seems to be the demi-lich.
Way back, like outside of the dome,
Oh yeah, we're talking like couple, maybe 500, 700 feet away from you guys, like way off in another ward. But
Okay.
it does seem that they seem to be focused on something else at this moment, but you're not quite sure what that might be.
Guys, just to be clear. Okay. Let's just yeah.
Let's what?
There'd be the damage way in the distance, but it's not focusing on us. So let's just go in, shall we?
So let's see
what's
how
in the
much.
distance?
How much is
Oh, this
about
way.
Demi-lich.
500 feet? Yeah, it's
Demi-lich.
probably.
The
I'd say
what?
probably somewhere around
The
here.
Demi-lich, the floating head that we saw earlier. He's way back in the distance. He's not,
We don't want to get that thing's attention, right?
Don't worry,
No.
don't
It's
worry.
just straight vibing, man.
It's just
chilling.
Somewhere
like,
around here.
to be aware.
Okay.
Let's just go inside, yeah? Let's be more mindful too.
Okay.
In case.
Mesh. The wooden writing desk sits in a backstage room. It's
Okay.
wrapped in chains and padlocked.
Desk and chains. Okay. Checking for traps, otherwise just unlocking.
Mhm.
Advantage with my goggles. Yes.
You're inspecting what exactly? One more time? You're looking for traps? Yeah. Yep, you can use the goggles for this one.
22.
Okay. No traps. Only enchantments.
And Thieves' Tools, straight roll, plus 8, 16.
16. Okay. I'm gonna say this is gonna take you a long time, but you can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I am with him. I don't know if I can help.
You cannot. Cannot help with a thief check. Mesh,
Nice.
it's less about the complexity of the lock and more that you're worried that you're gonna break your picks because of how old this is.
Alright.
It's like you're basically I'm gonna say it takes you 10 minutes to do this. It's gonna take you 10 minutes to do this because you end up spending more than 90% of the time oiling your, like, you're probably like doing something with some oil from maybe your lanterns or whatever between you and Devii being backstage, and just oiling up and using some of that to lube up the pick so that when you put the pick in, it lubes the tumblers.
Here's another thing I can do. If I can tell it's gonna take a lot of time, I'm just gonna use a vial of acid.
It will not assist you in this.
I won't?
No, you would know that because you have proficiency in
Okay,
Poisoner's
so
Kit,
I
I'm
know.
pretty sure. So,
Yeah.
and if you don't, you have a proficiency in Toolkit for thieving, so that's not going to help you. It's pretty much, this thing is like mostly rust, and those tumblers are not turning unless you lube it up. But because of your know-how, luckily, you barely are able to pass, and you can turn the tumblers without shattering your picks. As you do this, what are the rest of you doing?
I think I would like to look to see if there's papers.
Okay.
I know he's trying to open the desk.
Your papers, Cari, you would know that would have the same response as when you open that chest back at the spire, and the spell book just disintegrated. Yeah. It would be the same thing unless it's magical paper. It'd be gone.
Okay.
Dallan, what were you saying?
Just standing on the stage, just getting that feeling. Because Van's never seen a stage like this before, you know?
Yeah.
So, seeing it in that audience is a very interesting prospect.
I assume you're gonna be testing the acoustics of the walls in the room.
Do you play any music, or are you just kind of doing one of those nostalgic stands?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because it's noise, but
sure.
Also, he wants to, so.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the acoustics in here be kind of like wild anyway because of
Breker is hunting around the box office looking for where they keep the money.
Okay. You can give me an investigation check.
13.
Oddly, you think you would be able to find one, but there doesn't seem to be a box office here. It's almost like there must have been another system, or perhaps like maybe there's some other setup with this where this is either made for the free, like people would just come in, or if it was uppity, then maybe only the upper class were allowed in. Maybe there's something to do with the historical references, but it's kind of like there isn't a box office. And your guess is it's just basically like seating. So if there was one, then you would have found it. Odd. Mesh, inside of the desk are 5 drawers. After you get the chains off.
Okay. Anybody have ideas about not disintegrating things? Do we do the oil thing again?
Sorry, Rob. If it's okay, I was actually gonna say, can I check for false walls? Anything that might have like hidden compartments on the sides.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be a good idea.
Are you proficient in any skills that you would like to use here aside from investigation or tools?
Perception, just to see if anything's loose. But that's about it. Insight? No, not insight.
Do you have any tools that would help you in this?
The smithing tools. Maybe that could account.
If there were metal areas that you want to inspect, sure, but this place is made out of stone.
Ah. Okay.
Otherwise, it's an investigation check.
I'll do an investigation check.
If you're looking for false doors that are mechanical, that is. If you're looking for false doors that are magical, then that might be a tough ask.
I can't do that. As my character, I'd probably be looking at something a bit more physical than anything else.
Okay.
Okay. 6.
Yeah, the faces of the masks look very creepy to you, and that might be the thing that you think is why there might be a secret door. But upon further looking, the masks just look to be decorative around the whole arena of the theater, or the perimeter, not the arena, the perimeter.
Well, that was a dead end. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sucks. Okay.
Mesh, do you want to open the drawers individually? Without
individually.
Yep. Okay. The entire desk has like all of the drawers are on the right, and then there's like a writer's kind of drawer where you would normally put like pens, pencils, erasers, inkwells, wax seals, loose papers. So that drawer is completely like filled with just garbage that looks to just be stuff that's disintegrated at the time. Then when you look in like the middle drawer, there's like a thin drawer, a thin drawer, a thick drawer, kind of on the right side. So on the main one, and then you got 2 small drawers and then 2 larger ones, kind of like filing cabinets. One of the files has a large leather bound piece with almost like, how would I put this? So the leather bound piece is in there, but when you open up the leather, inside there are like clips of some make that have held some like enchanted vellum for preserving purposes. And there are basically 5 stacks of like what you can only guess would be what looks to be like some kind of written groupings, because you can't read LaRose, but there's 5 stacks of these inside of one book. But the clips are very easily maneuvered so that you can pull them out and put them back in, almost like it's a mobile filing cabinet.
Okay. Let's get Scant in here. He might enjoy this.
Yes.
You got these files with LaRose on them. Something you might want to look at?
Yes. It seems that the title pages are only in LaRose. If you open it up, each of these scripts are written in Elvish.
Oh, okay.
The binder of the folder has 5 scripts of plays in them. This is going to be added to my log, so please wait as I process some of this. It will be a little slower. The first of the scripts is called A Blasphemy of Kings. This play is very long. These are 5 separate scripts for this play. It tells a story of... Excuse me, this is taking a long time to read and also put into my memory banks. It is basically a story of 5 siblings. Each of them expect to claim the throne of their late father. As the protagonists tend to try to, prove their worth, it is revealed that they are all in fact dead. and they perished alongside their father in a cataclysmic event that destroyed their kingdom.
Life imitates art.
If you would like to inspect them further.
Yes.
Each script has a different cover. Sorry, this is Rob speaking. This is not Professor Scan. Each of the scripts have different covers. So on the cover pages, there's an image that looks like it was almost carbon copied as far as like artistic style, as very old Hoyle style like playing cards. So if you can take a playing card, like a face card of like a king, a queen, jack, or a joker, that kind of like very thick outlines with kind of mirrored looks to them, or very flat kind of imagery. That's what these script like icons look like, almost very official. The first one is man. I'm going to give you this information, but it looks like there's a lot of discretion for GMs to be able to tell you what they might represent. So I'm going to tell you. The first script is called The Martyr. And the icon is a person with a noose around their neck. But they are holding it with their hand. It's not attached to anything. The second script is called The Haunted. This looks like a it looks like there is a person that has a demonic shadow that's torturing it or terrorizing it in some way. So however you want to imagine that. The next script is called The Traitor. And it has the sibling with a knife held behind its back. So it's like two like the king and then the sibling. Basically a picture of the king, a picture of the sibling, and the sibling has its hand behind its back and there's a knife in it. A humanoid figure that represents one of the siblings. Yes. Then the next one is called The Bewitched, which is a sibling with a fairy whispering in their ear. And the last script is called The Fool. There is a sibling with just wearing a jester's hat, just like a very traditional Joker card, and doing a handstand. And it does seem that the buttocks is very bulbous for humor.
Wait, what?
What was the name of the last one again?
Of course, you were charming.
The Fool.
That.
The Fool.
So you have The Martyr, The Traitor, The Bewitched, The Haunted, The Fool. 5 scripts. And Professor Scant has read the scripts not in full. He's basically read a synopsis on the back page of each script to give you the information, but it says that he would want to inspect them further if given the time, but does not think that it would be done in a reasonable time period. So he asked that you would just preserve this for the records.
Absolutely. They're mine.
Taking them?
We have a bard here. The plays go to the bard.
But as such, I will be very explicit in saying that I am not assuming that you've read them.
Right.
Just saying that you've seen the picture on the front and you can read the LaRose summary on the back of the leather-bound file that holds the 5 scripts and tells you what the general story is and what the scripts are called and their titling. But the scripts can be easily read by anyone because they are in Elvish.
Okay, is that all in the drawers or anything
That is
else?
the only thing in the drawers that seems to have been preserved because the binder itself and the file has what you can only guess is magical vellum because there's no reason that normal vellum or paper would last, as you've seen, even with even with spell books. Like some spell books have traditional parchment in them. Don't get preserved. Only if they're made with magical paper. Or the book itself is enchanted to do something like magically produce pages as it runs out.
Any other things of interest in the other rooms?
No.
To look around?
In fact, most of the other tables and desks seem to be broken. This one was bolted to the floor. And does seem to be like a director's room. It's much larger than the other rooms.
Okay, so...
Some of them are even like storage closets or maybe like filing rooms. Maybe your guess one of them is just filled with like borderline piles of random like broken stuff that is completely indistinguishable. But your guess is that it looks almost like a room that was basically turned into an incinerator. But if you ask Van what that room might be, he would probably tell you it's probably a prop room.
I'm gonna do one last sweep of the director's room for any hidden
Gosh, this is taking me back to my undergrad. Sorry. I worked in stage crew, so this is like
this is taking me back to like 5 months ago
when you were working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you do not bring up a blue light.
Yes, please do not bring blue lights in here.
Any hidden compartments for like treasure?
I went ahead and put that type of question was also factored into your investigation check when you inspected for traps. So you do not need to roll again for that. Goldie, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say if Memesh needs to roll, I could help him.
Okay.
I want to help him. Never mind.
Yes, if you would like to read the scripts, you would need to let me know because I have something for that.
Let's read them.
But let's see, each script different covers showing a humanoid figure. Yeah, so they're not explicitly human, so they might look like they're related, but yeah. Okay.
Did you say there were masks on the wall or something?
Yes, the wall seems to have some kind of rhyme frosted masks leering and grinning from fractured walls. Kind of leering, meaning like if they're the traditional drama masks, right? The one that's frowning and the one that's happy. It's just like those two masks over and over and over again all across the walls. Just to show this is a dramatic production place.
I'll try to pick one off just for we have one of the tasks is like put a mask on or something.
Oh yeah, maybe we.
Yeah, I don't think it would be too hard. You can all take a mask, sure. Just make it. Just please put in your inventory if you get a mask and which type you'd like, whether you'd like a leering one or a happy one.
How can they just be taken off the walls?
A grinning one, sorry.
I thought they were like...
They're frozen to the wall, and they're made out of stone.
So how are they getting off the wall?
I might
just have to break the ice.
Leering one, because the happy one, the grinning one, might be even more creepy.
Okay.
Are they not like molded into the wall?
Oh my god, Dallan, that would be amazing. I will tell you that if you're going to read the scripts, they're thick. They're like an hour-long read. They're an hour-long read if you want to read them. Each.
Well, if we all read one, then we'd all get the whole done.
It's not in our language.
Oh.
Only the ones that speak Elvish can read them. Although, if you wanted to sit down with another player to read one in Elvish, they could translate it and you could both potentially get the information from that one.
So who can speak Elvish other than Devii?
Me.
Oh, so, okay, so three.
Velen raises her hand.
4.
Okay. So, that's
over half.
I mean, I was learning Elvish, but I'm not proficient enough to read.
Professor Scanch puts up a mage hand.
Would I be even proficient enough to even read like this? I don't know. No, actually, I did
Amazing.
get Elf. Hang on, no, I back up.
You should speak Elvish now that Devi's taught you.
Oh, okay. I have it on my character sheet.
Yeah.
Oh,
So then you can read it. I believe Breker and
Goldy are
the only two that cannot read Elvish. Is that correct?
Yes, indeed.
So why don't they? We could.
Not Elvish.
How many of the scripts are there again?
And how many times have we had to read Celestial there?
Well, then there's
Breker?
enough of us to all read one each, and then
campaign.
Oh man, that's good. The funny thing is, I'm pretty sure it's not because of it wasn't there. It's probably just because you didn't go there. But it's quite all right.
Goldy and Breker can like team up with someone else and read it with them. Someone that speaks Elvish.
I'd rather not waste time here.
If you gave Breker the script, he would just drop it and walk away.
Whoa, wait, fuck.
Breker does that, he's gonna get
This
slapped.
isn't shiny.
I don't want to read that.
Yeah, it's a time sink. It's gonna be a long one. Is what I'll just say that is Velen. Velen will be like, this will take an extraordinary amount of dedication to read. It's perhaps best that we just give it to Scant and move along.
Okay, so can we
Or we can give it to the lore producing bard here, and then maybe you two can fight about it later, because I don't really care about scripts, magic or otherwise.
Can we take them with us?
You have a backpack, don't you?
I detect some sarcasm here.
Some light reading at the end of the world.
If my finger wasn't frozen, I would be able to detect it too. Shall we move along then?
I do enjoy it.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would look at like the tech room if there's like the soundboard and like lights to see if there's any like mechanical lights that we could potentially take.
Okay.
Hey, Jodie.
Because
So
they've got all these crazy permanent magic lights. I'm just wondering if they'd have a permanent magic spotlight or something that we could just
so
yoink.
what you see in the back is basically there's like a booth, but what ends up being there is basically a panel on the like desk level, and then there's like what would look to be a hole in the wall, and on top of that there's like gaps inside of the desk with like maybe a little bit bigger than a ping pong ball, or yeah, probably a little bit bigger than a ping pong ball, that are just holes all across this kind of desk. There's nothing in it.
Can I poke a finger in a hole?
Yeah, you put a finger in the hole. It looks like it is.
There's a little groundhog pop up.
It has been sanded almost, like levels of magical cutting. Like it is smooth inside. There's a little bit of residue you pull out and it sparkles. And I won't make you roll for this because you have a holy symbol and you've been around wizards quite a bit. This is probably some kind of arcane focus of some sort.
Oh my god. That is so fucking cool.
And there's some dust residue in the gap in the back wall, that there's like this residue, and it's not dust. It's sparkly. There's something that's just disintegrated to time in there.
Ooh, shiny, shiny.
Can I try to figure out what's going on here? Is it like put the sparkly dust in the holes and then lights happen?
Sure. You're gonna have to have one hell of a history or arcana check to figure that shit out.
With a -1 on both, we're
You don't have to be the one to do it. You can ask somebody else to figure the fuck out
You
for
want
you.
someone who's trained in arcana or history?
Yeah.
Maybe
I got a 14.
Why did you roll?
You guys are all reading books.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna be high enough.
Sorry, Breker, you have no
I'm not
idea.
reading.
I'm not reading.
DC for this check is 21.
So cool.
Breker does
Okay.
table flip animation and then leaves.
Did you not have like
Just the animation though, like the table stays where it is.
And you walk out flustered and covered in glitter. Glitter trailing behind you as you walk.
Nice.
That's just my Friday nights.
As you get up to leave, you notice that there's like a little like compartment next to it that's like a kind of a door's been blown off of something, and there looks to be like little holsters that would probably fit like a wand.
Oh, okay.
Like there's probably like 10, 20 of them. Just like these little gaps, like 2 little gaps, almost like clips that are out like this.
Dang, I wish Yaz was here. She would love this place.
This is so fucking cool.
I
This is so cool.
knew where the one.
The arcane focus light board. Are you kidding me? That's some cool shit.
It wasn't in the book.
So this like a.
So you guys want to exit? Are you satisfied?
Wait.
We've looked through everything.
Did we
You
look
have.
through everything?
You have.
Okay.
Okay, I guess so then.
I'm not bullshitting you here. You have looked through everything. All the rooms have been checked. You have a clean sweep. And then
We
some.
can only take.
How's the roof looking?
It's blown off. Like there's something that must have been in the center that's completely missing.
Yikes.
You have no idea what it is.
Blown off and it landed somewhere else. Like
I will say, you can't
it's
tell.
not here, so that
You
means
can't tell if
it's
the roof
somewhere.
was blown off from the top down or from the bottom up. Like there's no way to know from the distance that you guys are currently at to the roof. You have no
Okay.
clue.
is the roof super high then?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
guessing.
Oh yeah. Hundreds of feet.
Okay.
Probably 100, 200 feet.
Okay.
It's up there.
I don't know what that is in meters, but I'm guessing it's high.
Google is your friend.
It big.
Very high.
I detect some sarcasm.
I don't understand.
You need a
Question.
Sarcasm.
sarcasm detector.
My sarcasm detector's pinging today.
Any
I don't know
question that
why.
could be answered with Google should be.
Alright, next
Amazing.
dome. Getting to the next dome.
76 meters.
Thank you.
Got him.
It's high.
You're welcome.
I don't know what a fucking meter is. Smile. All right.
Don't meet her.
Don't need her. Hardly know her.
A kilometer with even tens and hundreds divided into it. Why would we do that when a mile could be 5,280 feet? Huh?
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, why would we make it easy? Or like an acre, you know?
The
Right.
metric system is so simple. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm not getting started on that again.
Jodie, you opened this.
Like an
without
acre is only
pandemonium.
43,560 square feet, easily divisible by probably 2 or whatever.
I probably do.
Trust me, I have to teach people math at work. It's fucking hell
Oh,
because it's
dear.
all ounces and gallons
All right.
and
Oh,
acres, and it's a
Yeah.
nightmare.
As you guys go to the next area,
Mm-hmm.
pacing there does not take long. But this is an
How many-
immense dome. It looms above you with a crystallized roof that seems to have been marred by a web of cracking. Through the gaps in the building's shell, and on the other side of an open entranceway, you can see a strange landscape of miniaturized natural features. The entrance is unattended.
Is the entrance just open? Or is there a door?
Yes, Jodie, it is wide open.
The crystalline thing, is it glass, ice, crystal? Can I tap
Hard to
it and
tell the
just, like-
difference. It is sub-zero. You don't know where the glass ends and the ice begins.
Is this one that is a situation where, like, if we touch it, like, it's gonna rip the skin of our hands or some nonsense like that? Is it like
Touch it and find out.
Sub-Zero cold?
Just
No!
You got gloves on. You can tap it with your glove on.
The glove might stick. I
You
guess.
You want to touch it?
It's okay. Can I look? Instead of touching it, can I just look at it really closely? Is it like? Is there like
Give me an investigation check,
mist-
motherfucker.
Why am I motherfucker today?
I don't know, Jodie. I'm just messing
I don't know
with
why you motherfucker.
you.
My investigation skills are not great. So
I'm here for it.
I got a 12.
You put your eye really close to it. It looks cold.
Oh, it's cold. No, I had a question, but you made me forget what it was now. Oh my god.
Thankfully for me, your question is nullified by your 12.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So miniature landscape, as in like mountainy or grassy.
Are you going inside?
It's open, right? So can I see it through a little bit? Just to see what kind of thing it is.
Yeah. Give me a perception check. Let's see how much you can see.
Shit. Plus 4, 8.
It's dark in there. You're gonna have to get closer to kind of inspect what the stuff looks like. It just kind of looks like miniaturized habitats of something. You don't know.
I have a quick question. You know this dome?
Looks kind of like a zoo, but it's like weird.
Isn't it glass? So like, isn't light able to pass through it?
Yeah, the lights come through.
But you said it's dark
On the outside.
inside.
It's dark inside, but there's glass panes with ice on them, so it's dim.
Okay, it's dim. Right. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's much darker than the outside. Yeah.
It's
Okay,
not
got it.
pitch black, just dark.
Mhm.
Just dark.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need some. Well, I wanted a torch anyway.
Come on, Torchy. It's been a while.
I'm gonna just keep an eye out for floor problems, like slippery slopes, all that kind of stuff in the dark.
Okay.
Anything that will, like, I could trip over or trigger as I'm walking in.
All right, give me investigation for that one.
Oop.
No goggles for this one.
Advantage, no goggles. That's good.
Your guess is that if you're looking for something like that with the goggles on, you might miss something that's like big picture, like run into a desk.
That's true.
23.
Don't step on a Lego.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't step. You won't step on a Lego, but you might ram your face into a door.
Yeah.
No, nothing. Mesh, as you walk in, there does not seem to be anything here. This looks to be a public venue of some sort. As you guys enter, there are small-scale versions of natural habitats throughout what looks to be a large-scale park inside of a dome. Many mountain ranges, many-sized deserts, many forested streams, everything draped in ice. And at the center, the heart of the mixture of landscapes, there's something odd. A 10-foot diameter iron wheel on its side, held above the ground by a metal brace, with 8 barrel-sized, egg-shaped, open containers attached to the outer ends of each of the spokes of the wheel.
It's like a cock.
No, like a water wheel.
Ferris wheel?
Water wheel.
Oh
Ferris
yeah, or
wheel.
like a water wheel. Yeah. Something like
Is
that.
this a fucking theme park?
Down.
So this apparatus has like a
Is it a
bronze
10-foot,
control
Ellie?
panel with a lever next to it.
Are the containers big enough for a small child or
The
Breker?
barrels.
Or Breker. For a cat, that's like big enough for a cat probably.
Um,
What, like this?
Yeah, but if the diameter of this thing is 10 foot.
Yeah, the
this
diameter is
wheel?
10 feet, but it doesn't say anything about the height. I will tell you that the height of each of the like egg-shaped containers vary in size. So some of them are maybe the size of like a small 10-gallon, 5-gallon fish tank. And others of them might be as large as like a dog crate, and some of them might be bigger than, say, a pod that you saw at the Nautilus that was meant for cryostasis. So that's the largest one, and there's only one of those.
What would that
Is it
be
any-
doing in a room of miniature? Sorry.
So
Is it
those
any-
are
no,
each
I
of the
was gonna ask
spokes
if
on a
there's,
10-foot diameter like ring or wheel, and it's held above the ground by a brace.
Some type of children's ride.
That's what
I was wondering if there's any visible mechanisms other than this metal.
Yeah, there was a
blade.
handle.
There is a bronze. Sorry, I want to make sure this is correct. Might be brass. Bronze control
not-
panel. Fuck, I can't say this. The apparatus has a bronze control panel with a lever next to the panel.
Oh, okay, so there's a control panel.
This is what's it called?
Ancient,
Not a
ancient
Ferris wheel.
technology.
The around.
It doesn't go this
There's
way,
one,
guys. It goes this way.
It goes this way, yeah.
That's,
Merry-go-round.
but there's lots of rides that do that.
Yes, but not
Yeah.
like you've never seen a ride that goes like this. That's got places as smaller than a dog,
Yeah.
and as big as a
Well, it's
dog, and
interesting
then
'cause the
one as big as a
landscapes-
human.
The landscapes are miniature too, so this is
Yes,
like,
all of the landscapes around this are like miniature versions of reality. So like a mountainscape or a forested area with a river, but everything's covered in ice.
Can we have a look at the miniature landscape? Is it like actually made out of natural material? Are the things that look like trees? Are they?
You would
do they
probably have to
head- are these
climb
just beneath
over
ice,
some
but-
railings to get inside of them, but you can do that if you want.
Railings that say "Do not touch." Or
Is this-
"Do
Well,
not
I was wondering if it was
Mhm.
that, or if it was like an actual model, like
Scan.
That's what I'm saying. You have to get.
Is there a "You Are Here" map somewhere in this zoo?
Yeah. Don't pet.
Is the map a recreation of the landscape of 10 Towns?
Please give me just a flat intelligence check.
Uh-oh.
So
Guys,
D20 plus int.
19.
No, 100%
Is
no.
there anything else we can
Okay.
explore to get more info on this?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to ask the right questions.
Well,
let's climb the railing.
Around like
I-
the edge,
What?
move our way
Rob said-
like a cinnamon roll.
Rob said we can climb over the railings.
Yeah, you can climb
So
over the
there's
railings in
like-
the exhibits.
There's a perimeter outside the habitats, right?
Yes.
That goes
Yeah.
around it.
I like a railing.
Assuming we walked around the whole thing at this point, at some point.
Just imagine the immense building, okay? It is dome shaped, which means it's a circle. At the center of this big area is that 10-foot wheel, right?
Mhm.
So if you stand at the center, you can perfectly see the entirety of the building
Okay.
Right.
from the inside. And you can see all of the different sizes and decorum inside of the exhibits. Or what you can only guess are exhibits. Because it
If
looks
I
like a
had to
zoo.
If I had to guess, guys, I think this is where those creatures outside with the one eyes are from.
Oh.
This used to be their habitat, maybe.
It's possible. I know. I'm thinking that maybe this is some kind of augmented reality where, like, you can somehow picture yourself in the miniature area if you're in one of these seats doing something. I don't know.
Can Breker flip some levers and knobs on the control panel?
Okay, so here's the odd thing, Breker. There is one lever.
Big one, you go.
I play that lever.
Wrong lever.
Okay, without
wait.
doing any inspecting, you pull the lever.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Each of the container's doors closes. And then it begins to spin. The wheel slowly stops. each of the doors open, and nothing happens.
Is it too big to fit into these pods, or can I squeeze into
You can
them?
barely fit into the biggest one. Like you're like doing one of these, you know. You're like hands to knees, knees to chest.
Can
go inside.
Oh, that looks cute.
Breker is sitting in it.
As
He's just looking.
give me a quick perception check.
Whoever's closest to the panel.
Give me a quick perception check. This is low DC.
The wizards we saw were humanoid sized, right? Not like gnome sized.
Right.
15 perception.
Wizards were actually larger than average size. 15 perception inside of the one place that you're gonna go get into. Inside of that specific pod of the container, there is what looks to be a floor piece that sinks at the bottom. So the floor is thicker than the top, and the thickness of the floor has what looks to be a hole that looks almost like you would guess is like a shower drain sized.
Periscope.
And it's at the bottom.
Is this like a Hunger Games simulation?
It's like augmented reality.
Oh
like,
shit!
Like when you're a kid and you have
No way.
You have different pictures that you put in, and you.
What are you talking about, Cari? It's at the bottom.
Yeah, he's gotta look down into it, and then it.
Nah, Breker, get in there. Breker, get in there. Get in there. Get in there. I'm gonna put the lever.
Cari, it does not look like augmented reality. It looks like a drain.
I was thinking of
Or a
like
cup.
Van walks over.
He's thinking of one of those
fucking flips
things that
it.
you have
We're
when you're
going.
a kid, right?
Send it.
Breker. Well, so
Oh,
if you put the
about-
thing, the doors try to close. They can't close on Breker. It does not close. He's too big.
He's too big.
Yeah.
Okay, who's the smallest?
Man,
Who's,
make me small.
I cast reduce on him.
Okay. You cast reduce. You hit the lever. Breker goes inside. Goes for a ride. Opens the doors. Nothing happens.
Breker wants to roll for fun, for how much fun he had.
Go for it. Give me a Constitution save and give me a general charisma check for fun. Charisma check for fun. Constitution. See if you puke.
21 on con.
Okay, it is awesome. Like your stomach is fantastic. How's your charisma?
14 on charisma.
It's a blast. It is like you're like going on one of those things that you realize that the door closes and you're like, okay, I'm really small. This is great. And it's very roomy. And as the thing picks up speed, you're kind of getting slammed against the wall and you can kind of feel your cheeks like the centrifugal force kind of thing. And then all at once it kind of slows down and you kind of, oh, that was interesting. And then the door opens and your enlargement like happens because it's only for a minute and you just kind of like spill out ass over tea kettle out and you're like, that was awesome.
Breker stumbles around dizzy, trying to make his way towards Van to give him an Omega high five.
What happened?
He spun around in a circle, but he had a good time, and that's what matters.
So
I'm gonna drop it.
After a couple of these turns of the lever, now this is your third time, you realize that if you want to figuring out things between Breker and Van, at least, you know enough information to know that if you need to inspect anything, you need to look at the drains, and you need to look at the lever and the contraption that is attached to the lever, and you're gonna have to make an Arcana check to see if you can figure out what this is purpose-wise.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do all that.
So anyone can do this check. You do not have to be proficient in Arcana, but it will certainly help because it's a difficult check.
Okay, who's proficient in Arcana?
26.
Breker has deduced that the holes are for peeing into.
Amazing. Incredible.
I
like your guys' reasons for what this is other than what it says way more. I'm gonna be like
The whole time picturing it actually.
Fucking
It'd be
amusement
really
park.
cool if it was like you know how flight simulator or like some kind of simulator that preps you for whatever place you're going.
Yeah, you guys walk into a zoo and you're like, yep, this is for space.
Yep.
Yeah, that checks out. But anyways, 26 on my Arcana check.
I want to make a perception check because we're making a lot of noise to keep an eye out for things coming in.
This thing
maybe.
spinning does not make a sound.
Oh, okay, that's
It's
cool.
only the clicking of the lever and Breaker's armor slamming into the floor when he gets out.
Oh god, he got him with all his armor.
While this is happening, it's okay if I look around for some holes, like obvious holes that might indicate something left this place.
Like holes. Like this is
Like,
very vague.
My idea is that something was here, it got out, didn't go through the front door, and made its own way out.
Oh, because you said egg shape.
Bunny?
Oh, okay.
How
For
in the
that
wall?
type of question, unless you're looking for very small things and you just want to look for obvious ones, there's none.
Okay.
Anyways.
Gigantic ones the size that the egg would be.
Van,
Biggest
you've
egg.
inspect
Funny
this.
hole in the wall.
Okay, let's resolve the check, please, before I forget.
Right.
The minute that you spend doing this, you can deduce that you gain an understanding of knowing how to use it without knowing the purpose. So your guess is that to operate the device, someone's vitality needs to be placed into someone or something's vitality needs to be placed into the drain of the pod. If you can distribute about 80 hit points, game mechanically wise, if you can distribute 80 hit points of blood in each of the containers of the spokes, you can pull the lever and spin this wheel,
It's a centrifuge.
and the blood
basically.
will be taken and something will happen.
Is it 80 total or 80 in each?
80 distributed evenly.
Okay.
20, 20,
So you have to
20.
have 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Right?
Oh, that's for 8.
8 spokes.
Goldy feels
so-
very nervous all of a sudden.
So we can all put some blood in this
Your
thing.
also guess is
This
that
sounds really
once this is
creepy, by the way.
activated, once this is
I don't know about all
activated,
this.
you're gonna have to wait a long time for it to do it again.
We did not. We were lucky it didn't.
And then
feel
every
like
time
we
you
would-
do
Breaker out.
the action of
I have
spinning
hit
it,
points,
it
let's
doesn't
go.
it doesn't
I don't
use
feel
the
like
magic.
I don't feel like we would all automatically just agree to do this, especially Breker with all these like religious
I don't have
nonsense.
that
I
much
don't see how he would be just like, oh yeah, let's just put some,
So
put
you don't
some
have to
blood in
put 80
something.
of your individual hit points, but if you wanted
I don't
to
wanna
like
do
do some
10
bloodletting
either.
between anyone, you can put 10 points into each of the little wells.
I'm down.
Do the life
And sorry, I
count?
misspoke on this. Actually, I misspoke on this.
curious.
The pods are a little bit bigger than a dog crate each, but vertically, like a vertical dog crate, not like a
Right,
horizontal
that's
one.
what I assumed.
So
The thing is
they're all the
horizontal
same
and
size. I
containers
misspoke on
are
that.
vertical.
Can we go hunt one of the little creatures outside and use it?
No,
No.
That's pretty cruel.
I'm not making the thing mad, dude. We're getting blood.
Right type of blood, anyways.
It's blood time. Who's doing it? I'm doing it.
I'm curious.
Hang on, can we
That's
still
for to
calm
lose
down here? What is
my
exactly is
life
this?
force if I'm not.
Who
invested
knows what it's for?
For battle. Period.
Goldie, how many of those
Vanvalor, I
animals?
don't
Van
know
got
why
a
you're
21
so
on this
gung-ho.
check, and
believe
now
they're
that
26.
you, if as players above the game, you guys should look at this thing like someone has had their blood tested, and they put the blood vials into these containers, and they hit the
Yeah.
thing, and it's spinning it
Okay.
to mix the blood so it's
Dracula's
even for a
not
blood
creepy.
test. That's how it
This is
looks.
creepy.
Yeah, like a centrifuge
Wait.
kind of thing.
I better confirm.
I
this
don't know what
before I
it's
say anything.
called, but like anytime I've gone in for a blood test or drawn blood for like a health check, they do that
It
thing where
puts
they
you
put the
in
blood
a
in a big
shape.
ring, and the ring gets activated on a device, and it's spun for a certain amount of time.
Seen that before. Only on
I'm
TV.
down.
You
TV.
just
Who's doing
take
it?
Flick it, shake it, and then
Put it in
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, they flick it, they shake it, they make sure it's moving, and they stick it in the thing, and it spins.
oh, I don't have. That's what I'm saying. This is like a little.
Yeah,
Um,
break of the animal's not gonna work.
Casket, yeah.
They're not real.
So this
Good
okay.
try though.
I feel like as a group we would probably discuss this before we just did it.
I mean,
Vanvalor.
I mean,
I'm jumping ahead.
Breker and
'cause
I
I'm
are doing
curious.
it.
Yeah, I'm really curious about it. I'm gonna do it.
I'll just sit down and chill.
Cal's over there. Let's discuss this, and three of us just walking already there.
Like, buddy.
Maybe we should talk about this. We're like, nah.
Like,
We got stuff to do.
blood is one's precious own life force. I don't know why we're just going to just give it into some unknown contraption for some unknown result. That seems risky.
Noted. Cal hates fun.
This is true.
Moving on.
I'm like
Cal loves fun.
a partial walking skeleton as it is.
Cal loves fun. I will not have this slander.
Cal likes the fun that gives life, doesn't take it away.
Cal, I
have never
14
given
on
life.
fun out of this thing.
If you're giving life, you're doing it wrong.
You're sitting over there with a 0 out of 20.
Or maybe that's the only way to do it right.
A zero? What? A zero? Hang on. How many hit points do I even have?
I'm cool. I'll give 20, bro.
I've got 70.
The
I've
only
got
reason is because
74.
I have the most hit points. I'm like, yeah, all right, fine, why not?
Okay, if you're planning on giving hit points after you guys are done planning, please tell me how many hit points you want to give so that you guys can reach the total of 80. And remember that they have to be evenly distributed. So 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Yeah. So everyone has to give 10. Do they have to?
No, everyone does not have to give 10. One person can give it 80 if they want, but they have to evenly distribute it. So, for example, Dallan can give 20, Mesh can give 10, Chalcedony can give 40, and Breker can give 10. Like, that would be a possible way of getting 80.
I got 5 from Devii.
Yeah, 5.
I got 5 from Devii. Going once, going twice.
Are you in the wheel of fun?
Fine.
Cari, what are we using to prick our fingers? Are we all using the same knife? This doesn't seem like
no.
Sanitary.
That's unsanitary.
I am a doctor.
Right, so do you have multiple needles or knives or something that we can all...
you guys have your own weapon.
I've been all over the place with the guts of all different creatures and things like that.
Clean your weapons after you use them.
So the rest of us...
Not to make them sterile, I don't know.
We've been in a number of fights. Our weapons are dirty right now. We haven't had a chance to clean them. Let's be honest.
And why don't you light a fire and put them over top of it? Or...
Velen, are you in on the wheel of fun at all?
I am a wizard with no armor or blessings of strength and vitality, and also I'm overaged for this, so no.
Breker,
I will give you a fat 0 for
I look her
fun.
right in the eyes and say coward in my armorlessness.
All right.
I mean, she's been alive this long, so...
I've been alive for being cautious and not stupid.
I will give 10, 15 if necessary.
Mister, I would definitely sit on a mimic if it was a chair.
We need 22? Okay, if no one else is going, I will give the remaining 22.
No, okay,
Alright, so it's 22 from me and 21 from Van.
Okay.
And
if you guys have planned it, mark it off.
I'm not gonna cut my fingers if you guys...
Wait.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's hope there's no enemies in this room.
You have a sanitary implement to do so.
Chef,
I'm not being shown that right now.
Let's hurt ourselves to summon monsters who will hurt ourselves.
Did I do that math wrong?
This is like the perfect time to use the bag of tricks of Goldy, and this is the one time you don't automatically
22, 22, 21 is 65.
Yeah, they're not real.
15.
Yeah, but it's still blood comes out. It still blood comes out of
No,
the
they
hair.
don't.
No, they
Yes, it
don't.
does.
We're good.
They die immediately. They lose one. They have like 1 or 2 hit points.
Yeah, but the blood comes.
They have more than that hit points.
You don't...
They have more than 1 or 2 hit
Did you
points.
guys factor in my 5?
Your 5
Yes,
is
Cari, they did. They did.
Okay.
Sorry, so how much is that for me, Chef?
22.
22. Alright. Ah! No pain, no gain. I swear to God, if this spawns creatures and we have to roll for initiative, oh my God.
We took 21
It's gonna spawn a personal monster that's personally gonna come after you.
Okay, Breker, I'm assuming you still have the numbers of who donated how much, right?
I posted it in the Discord. It's 5 Devii, 10 Mesh, 22 for me and Goldy, 21 for Van.
I see. Okay.
None from Cal.
All right.
Because I don't want a goddamn this thing to create a homunculus that's gonna come after me.
I'm
alright?
hoping I get a new pet. I'm
Who's
not gonna
pulling the
lie.
lever?
I don't think anything's gonna happen. Pull
Can-
the
I
lever.
put my hand on the lever and look expectantly to like everyone else should put their hand in on.
Yeah,
this
me too.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
I
do it.
really do it.
Debbie rolls
Okay,
her eyes.
Alright.
no one. Okay, if you guys are all putting your hand on there, I need to know who is not putting their hand on besides Velen.
Cal is not.
Cal is not.
Cal's sulking.
Devi's gonna go full fun on this. Great.
Oh yeah, she rolled her hand and
Incredible.
her eyes and put it on top of everybody's.
All right. I want everyone
here we
to
go,
show me
guys.
that you're putting their hand on, that you're doing it. Just let me see it. Hell yeah. All right.
on the count of 3,
3,
3,
2,
2.
1, pull. And you pull the
You're dead.
lever.
Nothing happened.
I screamed
Each
anyway.
of the doors close.
Oh, I know it's moving.
And then
Come
you
on, you
all
pet.
hear a new sound. The machine by the lever hums. It sounds as if someone has turned on a razor, an electrical razor that is way too big. And as that hums, you hear a draining sound. And then
What if-
the low bass sound kicks in on each of the pods as it spins faster and faster and faster and faster, much faster than before. And the bottoms of each of the panels glow red. And then you can see and hear at the same time the base of the thing is buckling, as you can hear 8 times a click and the thing buckles a little bit more. I would like those of you that have rolled over 20 to roll a d6 twice.
Huh?
And
Over
for any
20, I didn't roll.
You're 20
and
what?
Devii to roll 1 dice. So 2,
One
4, 6. Mesh and Devii roll 1 d6, please. So each one of you roll the d6. Remember the numbers, not the total.
I'm confused. What am I doing?
You're doing nothing, Chalcedony, because you didn't participate.
Oh,
So those of
good.
you that have
So
done
is this for
20 or more hit points, you can roll 2
There we
d6
go,
and remember each of the numbers.
Ah, right, okay.
Mesh and
okay.
Devii will
You
roll
said
one.
roll, and I was
Listen, don't speak, please. Say, Mesh and Devii roll 1 d6 instead, and remember the number, not the total.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can have your questions. Anyone? Okay.
This is quite clear.
Okay. Devii, what did you roll?
4.
Mesh, what did you roll?
2.
Van, what did you roll?
2 2s.
Amazing. Goldy, what did you roll?
2 and a 3.
And Breker.
1 and 3.
Did we make vampires?
4. So 4 2s.
Did we make
Most
vampires?
likely.
One. 1.
No one got a 6.
1, 4, and 2 3s. No 6s, no 5s.
Huh.
Which is interesting because those are the 2 worst ones.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
We've only just gone and done it, boys.
Yeah, but to imply the worst.
This is how we die.
So none of
That's-
them are good.
I'm down.
Death
At least
by
we had fun.
bloodletting.
Too late to be down or not down.
Is this what I want it to be? No.
Uh-oh.
Why can I not find something good? Yeah, that's good.
Oh, good.
As the
Very
thing
good.
slows down and the glow and the humming ends, you see each of the kind of tubes bowed as the pods come to a stop on the wheel. You can hear an expelling of like something far below, and the lever seems much weaker and much slower to return to its base. And the panels humming and things, your guess is something has gone dormant for a very long time now. Each of the panels' doors opens at the same time this time instead of separated. And there is a billow of smoke that covers your faces as it expels from the chambers.
What does it smell like?
It smells like body odor.
Ew.
Great.
And it smells like all of you on your longest day, because all of you that have participated with your blood would have been having your own vitality. So it's a familiar scent for most
It's
of
our
you.
group musk.
Yes, it's a group musk. Out of each of the chambers, out of 4 of the pods, come what looks to be slightly larger than average hares or rabbits.
Oh,
But each of the rabbits have
make something.
But each of the rabbits have wings,
Okay.
like a bird.
Oh, they made those little winged rabbits.
What kind of bird?
They
Little
all
winged
match
hares.
like the rabbit's coat, so they don't seem like it's a bird type of thing. It's more of like a rabbit has been mixed with a bird in some way, like a chimera of
Birds,
sorts.
Man.
A single chamber opens with a weasel that kind of bounds close by.
that's my one.
But the weasel has... It kind of takes you aback because the weasel is like bounding, and like you can see this flashing light coming from it through the smoke, and as the smoke clears you realize that it looks like, in modern terms, like both of the eyes are flashlights. So they're just like, or a torch for you British people.
You British.
So
people.
basically his eyes are a torch in game terms, but they're functionally one direction. So 20-foot radius and 20-foot additional feet of dim light.
Is it whatever direction he's looking?
Yes. Then you get one. Let's see. This is the 4. The 4 rolled a. Okay, so this one is wild. How do I describe this? This looks like an ocelot, so a larger than average cat. But
Oh
the
my
ocelot's
God.
fur looks to be slightly camouflaged,
He's so cute
like
already. He's perfect.
like rocks and white spots for a mountainous terrain. The eyes look very interesting. They're super different. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say there are no eyes. In place of the eyes, there are antennae, like an ant, just.
Oh.
And
No eyes.
in addition to this, the claws seem to have been replaced with some kind of like... You guys saw an Umber Hulk before. They look like Umber Hulk hands. So it's like...
what is that?
Umber Hulk is the thing that's that giant bug that you guys saw that was being held by the Duragar from the underground. That thing has like these massive claws. Well, this one has got some kind of like claws that can burrow and like feel the ground very well. And even though this thing is sniffing and moving things around, its antenna know exactly where you are. And in game terms, because for reasons I'll tell you why in a second, this thing has blind sight and tremor sense for 60 feet. So tremor sense means if something is within 60 feet of it and it's touching the same ground that it's touching, it can see you, whether you're invisible or not. And blind sight means that they have a different way of seeing that is not traditional to eyes. All right. The last thing that you guys rolled, there are 2 of these. And as the smoke clears and the lights focus on you, you can see 2 figures squeeze out of the chambers, and you hear a thud on the ground as claws scraping across the ice move towards you, and there are two large, for them, about almost humanoid size for you, baboons. And the baboons don't seem to really be able to fully close their mouths.
Got the fangs.
Their fangs are dripping with poison.
Those ones that Devii didn't like. Do you remember?
Poison fangs and that.
Yeah.
And the fangs look like a snake's mouth. So they're like baboons with
wow.
snake's mouths.
Baboons and winged hares.
That's so scary.
Now, I want to read you something because this makes me really, really fun.
Please get a winged hare. Please get a winged
hare. You're probably wondering, are these things gonna attack me?
I was hoping it'd be my pet because it's
No,
not.
these are the pets of the city. This is how they make the little animals.
Yeah.
I want pets.
The creature
wanna
is
have
loyal to whomever pulled the lever. And
Oh,
you
shit,
guys,
everybody gets-
unbeknownst to that, hack the system, and they will listen to all of you, except for Devii, or except for Chalcedony and Dallan.
Yay, so we can choose one.
Yeah.
Technically
What do the rabbits
speaking,
do? They
if
just
you're in an
fly?
emergency or in a pinch, they will listen to all of you.
I'm taking one of the fluffy hairs.
Now, if you would like to know,
hair.
if you want to be really bitchy about which ones are yours, I will tell you, based off of the numbers you rolled. If you rolled a 1, it's a weasel. If you rolled a 2, it's a hare. If you rolled a 3, it's a baboon. And if you rolled a 4, it's a cat. And if you rolled a 5 or a 6, you'll never know what you could have had.
Wait,
I got the two I wanted.
Ocelot with the thingies is a cat?
It's a
With
cat.
the antennas.
That's a
So
lot
the
as a
reason I'm
cat,
telling you,
I got Stitch.
the reason that I'm telling you this
Kinda,
is
yeah.
because you will need to go into your extras panel and add them as a minion, because they will be something that you can command. So it's a weasel with 20 feet radius of dim light and bright light. So you just got to remember that it's basically a light for you.
Yeah, I say we split them up just so they're easy to control. You
I
know.
want one of the flying rabbits.
The
Me
rabbits
too,
have
but I
a
don't.
the rabbits
get
have a
one.
30-foot fly speed.
There's 4 of them?
Devii, I'll give you the rabbit. You give me the cat. So
There are
I have
4
a rabbit and a
rabbits.
cat.
I wanted the cat.
There's
I'll take a rabbit. You guys can fight for the cat. Or Stitch.
4 rabbits, 2 baboons, and 1 weasel, 1 cat.
Partridge in a pear tree.
Breker is
take-
like just in a triangle with his weasel and his baboon. And they're just having a moment.
There's
Having a
You can have a
moment.
poison baboon with
chimeric-
headlights.
So what? Sorry, Rob. The rabbits again. They're just
30-foot fly speed. That's it. It's a rabbit with a fly speed.
There's
Great.
actually one existing called the chimeric hair in the actual extras section. We can add that.
That is what it is.
Okay, good to know. Is everyone okay if I take a hair?
If you would like to look for it, you can try to find something that says chimeric whatever of weasel, hare, baboon, cat, and it might be the same, but you'll have to double check after you add it if it's
Let's
just the
have a
same
and
look.
these
thing.
are.
Right.
Because
I'm
I
taking a
purchased the
hair.
module, you guys should be able to have the same thing.
Yeah, I got chimeric hair.
Does it have a 30-foot fly speed
okay.
mesh?
Rob.
Yeah.
That's it.
Rob, you shouldn't have told us that because now we know what 4, 5, and 6 are.
Oh, it's okay. I don't mind.
And I wish I had one.
What's 5
Scary.
and 6?
If you don't want to
Cari,
have
What are these
spoilers,
under?
then
Familiar?
you'll be able to
What?
know eventually, but yeah. What's that?
Are they under familiar or pet or what?
These should be under pets or summoned creatures, but they are not a familiar.
Uh,
You do not get the benefits of a familiar or the restrictions.
For the time being, I'm just taking the baboon and the hare, the ones that I roll for. If anyone wants them, just let me know, except for the hare, because that's mine.
Why don't
Have more animals! Yeah!
I think it was, is it Mesh and
If you forget which ones are alive and dead, they're
Well,
dead.
what do you have there, Mesh? I'll trade the cat for something else. I don't know. I got the cat from Devii.
Oh my
I
god.
got.
I got
I want the cat because while I'm sneaking around, it'll help me with the tremor sense and blind sight to spot things. Maybe. That's my thought.
So what do you
there.
have?
I got a hair.
And that's it?
Ooh.
Yeah, I just did got
Oh,
one.
well.
Technically.
Rob,
Fuck
are
no.
these hit points correct?
Sorry.
Well, why don't I take your hair and I'll give
For the
you my
baboons?
cat.
Both of them. The baboons only got
Now I
3
just have
and
2
the hare's
hairs.
got 1.
Yes, they are correct.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
I'm going to take a bandage out of my healer's kit and with some tattoo ink color it, and then I'm gonna wrap it around my like a ribbon around the neck of my specific hair, so I know which is
shorter
mine.
hairs
Okay.
than
And
other
we need
hares.
a bow.
Cute.
And they're climated to cold weather. They have winged.
Breaker looks at the machine and says, "Do we go again?"
I don't think we.
I'm
Van would be able to tell you won't be able to do it again for a while, at the very least, if not
Okay.
maybe forever. You're not sure if that machine's broken now or because you've used it after impact. If there's any like extra magic that can be used, or if you just need to wait a long time to try it again.
I've put all 3 of our animals in case I need to look up stats for them. Just
I mean,
for
all
that.
4.
Is there 4? Hare, cat, and weasel? Was there? Oh, baboon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had a baboon, just in case we need to know the stats for something.
Yeah, the
Carry on.
baboons basically just get an extra d6 of poison damage if they bite something. That's
With
it.
DMU.
Okay.
The hares can fly for 30 feet. The weasels have a 20-foot radius of dim light and 20-foot radius of bright light inside of that. So 40 feet of light, just like a torch. It's the exact same as a torch. And then a cat has blind sight and tremor sense for 60 feet. Baboons get a d6 of poison damage and they bite shit. This room was made for your group. Like, legit, I'm so happy you found this place because this is your place.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what to name you. She's staring at it. Good name.
Oh my god, I get to name them.
So to
They're
be
gonna
sure,
fucking die.
Jodie, if Chalcedony or Dallan tells these things what to do, they're just not going to listen. But if it's a like situation where you're trying to tell them something, your idea is that it might understand you, maybe, but it'll probably just go to primal instincts if it's like in trouble and you're trying to help it. But there's some sort of latent magic with the machine. Not with who donated the blood and who can talk.
After bonding, the weasel just immediately runs into Breaker's armor and his head like sticks up over the chest plate and just looks forward, and the baboon just hops on his back.
I feel like my
Amazing.
rabbit's on my head.
Yeah, the baboons are very flexible. They can easily grab onto your back, like a backpack, a baboon pack, if you will.
Alright, probably also carry the rabbit.
All right.
So
Flashlights
Breker,
in
your
front
next
of Breker.
project is to get baby Bjorns for your group. You need 2 of them.
I'm just gonna say
No, so
to the baboons, please be careful with your spit because it will hurt us.
Here's the question, Rob.
Don't
Can
touch the rabbits or the cats.
Can the hare carry my lizard? That's the question. When
No,
it's
they're the
flying.
same size.
Damn.
oh, I thought you had the cat, Mesh.
Do I?
Yeah, because
you
Cari traded with
Oh.
you instead.
Oh, okay. Then I have the cat. Okay.
I'm gonna carry the baboon like
The
a
cat can
baby,
carry
and
your minion though.
After seeing Devii, I've also
Cool.
put the hair on my head. I am covered in animals.
I kind of want to name you like something that has to do with
Oh shit!
the
I'm sorry,
area.
Van. There's a gauge on the machine. It
Gauge?
says it has a number 8 and then a symbol next to it, and you don't know what the symbol means.
Just
Leros.
can't know what the symbol means.
Yes, it's a symbol for shorthand for hour.
Oh no. You're not gonna leave us in an hour, are you?
So the gauge was like the red light was there, and now the gauge is replaced with nothing, and there next to the gauge is an 8-hour indicator.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
I will name the baboon Saruman-ki.
Also, your Arcana check was high enough to notice that the animals are not summoned. They are not
It's like so many
familiars.
puns there.
They are real. They exist in the real world. They are not fake.
Did that?
Me.
That is exactly
named it
why I have
Saru
muted
Mon-
those things.
Nice.
Customize.
My 2 rabbits are just sitting on my shoulders, making little winged
I
pauldrons.
think this is an excellent
that-
point for us to take a break.
Yes.
I'm already looking for a name for my.
Saru Monkey. Yay!
It almost sounds like Saruman.
I was trying to go for that. It's like,
Did you know that Sadu meant monkey in Japanese?
I did. Of course
Yeah,
I
he
do.
does. I told. We were talking.
You told
about
him?
it a while
Okay.
ago.
Yeah. But I knew beforehand because I
You
keep
knew before,
seeing.
yeah.
Yeah, from like.
If you want some Japanese help,
everywhere.
the cat is neko in Japanese.
Mm-hmm,
The rabbit is usagi.
I don't know what we.
Sounds like
Baboon
food.
is, I don't know what baboon is. I think baboon is probably the same, but I think Sadu is just monkey.
mm-hmm.
I don't know if
I'm
a
glad I didn't
weasel
get a
has a
fucking baboon. I
special
hate
name,
them.
Cari.
Wait one
Fucking
second.
hate baboons.
Thank you, Diaz. Yes, it's time for a fucking
I hate
break.
monkeys.
Jesus fucking Christ. Watch your goddamn mouth,
Baboons
Diaz. I'll
are
fucking
called
shit down your
geese.
goddamn neck if you don't calm the fuck down.
You guys, baboon in Japanese is hee.
Hee hee.
Easy.
And
Sorry.
weasel-
I just
Makes
pictured
sense.
Manja in a white hat. Oh no.
Hihidaru is Darumaka, right? I think.
Weasel.
Hee Daruma.
For all you Naruto fans out there, Weasel is Itachi.
That's right. That's right. Huh.
I feel like I would study that a while ago.
What's a good one for?
Yeah, I think Hihi Daruma, it might be the fire typed Darumaka, or maybe
Yeah.
Hihi Daruma is Darmanitan.
Goldy,
can't remember.
what is rabbit in Hindi?
Punjabi. Rabbit.
Sorry.
I don't know, but I'll go find out.
No. I thought you could speak that language, Punjabi.
Lion
Shishi,
is
it's lion, right? No. Shishi is Shichi is 7. Shin? No. Lion is lion.
Shin is dick.
Yeah,
Got
Shin
it.
is dick, yeah.
Korgosh.
Oh, that's too long
Korogo.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
for a
Korgosh.
name.
Argosh, not Kor. Argosh.
Mesh, you should name your cat Aslan. Because that's Turkish for lion. Oh,
I have a
Mesh, I have the idea. It's
name,
ant. You can name it Antlion.
Oh.
Does that exist?
Ooh,
Is there an ant? Oh, there is an
An
ant.
antlion's an
No, hold on.
actual bug.
Right.
Oh, is that they're burrowers, aren't they? Those,
Yeah, they're a burrower. They make like a sand
those
pit
things
and
are
they
fucking
sit
crazy.
in them
Yeah.
and they
Yeah,
eat
you know the
shit.
craziest thing about those? There's several different species of insect that do that across the planet,
Mhm.
but none of them are actually related.
Correct.
It was all what is it called when they
Convergent evolution.
oh,
yeah, kind of, yeah, when they
Holy
all
shit,
when they
Jodie.
evolved to do the same thing.
That
Yeah.
was amazing.
I thought it was convergent, but that didn't sound right to me. But yeah.
That
Yeah,
was an
it's really
amazing
interesting.
like scientific knowledge bomb. Just Jodie sweeps in and drops it and leaves. I'm out.
Just my shit like
Bam. So you want to know something funny, Dallan? When I first started dungeon mastering, there was a hell campaign that I was started, right? The campaign was called
Yeah,
Descent into
that-
Avernus, right?
Yep.
When I was looking into trying to make my own monster, I didn't end up doing it because I was not very good at it, and I still am not amazing at it. I kind of have to use templates of stuff and then like move things around. But an antlion has been one of my fantasies to make a D&D monster that is actually an enjoyable fight.
There is a section in the Witcher series, in I think the 4th book, where there is a fight with a giant pit, like
That's awesome.
pit creature.
Yeah.
So I'd look into that.
Because there's a boss in a very like mid to late game section in Final Fantasy 14. I think Breker and Cari know what I'm talking about. It's in Cutter's Cry. Do you remember running that one? So Cutter's Cry is like a quest that you have to get to unlock the dungeon. It's like late 40s, early 50s or something like that. But the second boss is basically a sand lion. It's like a giant worm that burrows in and pulls you in the center and then it comes out and you have to attack it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's really cool. And then there's also the big pit monster in Star Wars, that eats Boba Fett.
The Sarlacc.
The Sarlacc, yeah, gets chucked into a Sarlacc pit. The dumbest way for one of the coolest characters in an entire series. That's like honestly the worst written thing in all of Star Wars is that like this badass motherfucker gets dropped into Sarlacc.
No,
I was like, no
but,
shot he falls in there. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's not the worst written thing in Star Wars, but
Well, fair. At least in the first 3 movies, I should say.
there you go. Yep, there it is.
That's the worst thing in the good movies.
Yep.
The best written thing is the fucking sand people going. Love that.
That is it.
That's
So Rob,
what
you
I
like
go watch
this
Star Wars for.
my in the other campaign that Chef and I are in.
Okay.
For my
You're two-timing me. I know.
Class.
Nope.
Yeah. What the DM and I have been talking, and what he's gonna do is he's gonna let me retrofit 2 shields. Have you read the armorer class?
For
where you can
artificer,
pick, like,
yeah.
different arm. Yeah, where you can pick 2 different armor models.
Mhm.
Well, I've been using the like stealth one, but I'm gonna change to the brawler one, where you can get like temporary hit points and punch things, and they get like disadvantage. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna retrofit 2 shields to fit on my arms. At this, like, I'm gonna dual wield shields.
Oh, that's fun.
Right, and then like I have to spend days on each of them retrofitting them so I can hold them and punch at the same time.
Amazing.
And then I'm gonna go around the battlefield and just like punch the shit out of people with like max AC possible.
That's awesome. So I'll tell you one thing that I ran for a couple weeks with some friends. I played a grung, which is a frog person.
Wonderful.
And they do not speak common. So anytime he talked in Elvish, I gave him a Hispanic American accent. And anytime he spoke in common, I talk like this in English broken. It's slow, but me strong and
me strong.
Poke. You know, like anytime he wants to attack something, he's like hit. Like it's just like very basic, and it's kind of like basically like a very broken English version of a Russian accent without the Russian accent. You know what I mean? It's just like deep throat, like glottal sound. When he's thank you. And then when he was talking in Spanish, it's much more fluent because he can speak Spanish. It's like, I don't understand why we're doing this stupid shit. Like this idiot over here is just messing with my mojo.
Yeah.
I want to poison his ass and kick him down the stairs, please. Thank you. And he's got like a very short temper, but he's a ranger. It's a swarm keeper. So he has a nest on a fishing rod of wasps on his back. And he has a wheelbarrow that's a shell that is basically a swamp water wheelbarrow alchemist jug that we workshop so that I can sleep in it and not dry out my skin and die.
That's great.
Because you have to submerge in water for like an hour a day.
Yeah.
So all this random shit comes about, but he ends up changing his weapon from dual wielding like short swords to getting a rapier and a blade because he has to start fighting. We have to start fighting like giants at certain points. So then he gets trained by a giant and leaves the party because Cari and I left that campaign and we were only meant to be there for a short time. So I got trained by a giant in the Tyranny of Dragons model. And so what I ended up working out, my favorite thing with this guy is he's very into creating things and making his own things. So instead of having a rapier, it's basically a glorified cow poker.
Rapier.
Because he's really small. So he uses like a cow poker instead of rapier. And the shield that he has is basically like a large insectoid like carapace that's a long shield and not like a big one. It's made like an armlet.
Yeah.
So he can kind of like, and I have it so that it's very much like a hoplite fighter. So he has like a little holster in it where he can put the cow poker in it. So he doesn't draw it from his back or anything because he's got the nest back there. So he pulls it out like this.
Yeah.
So my whole thing with this character was just like all about the imagery and like how he fights and like how he does stuff and what he does. But the swarm is fucking cool because basically you get bees that fly around your sword and you poke shit. They attack it too. It's awesome.
My the artificer, his base speed is 45.
Wow.
So I'm just gonna be like bouncing around and doing stuff, and then I have a bunch of my spells are like speed spells, and
Nice.
I can take the dash action as a bonus action. on my
Amazing.
turn. So,
Jeff,
like,
what are you playing in that game?
I am a voodoo necromancer,
You're a necromancer, like a wizard?
warlock.
Okay. Like of the
He's actually
Undying?
the king of dirt in our campaign.
I mold earth more than anything else.
You mold earth?
Well, yeah, we make little Minecraft huts to sleep in every night.
That's amazing.
Well, it's not even we sleep. It's like me and one other person sleep. Everyone else is.
Well, yeah, because I kind of just lay on the ground staring out, just at nothing, you know?
So
Because I'm a
I
warforged.
just like make a house, go to sleep while everyone else stays awake.
There's some good shit going on in that one.
So, what kind of warlock pact are you?
Fiend.
Fiend pack, okay. Who else is
Yeah,
in
we
that
know
game?
nothing about him because no one has asked. Mostly my in-laws. So it's me, Chef, two of my brother-in-laws, and my father-in-law,
We're not
and they're in the
too deep in
DM is.
character lore. We're pretty deep in just fucking about together.
That's a faffing
It's
about
true,
campaign.
yeah,
Those
yeah,
are
yeah.
fun
We own
though.
a farm. We own a farm that we burned to the ground.
We are already strategizing how to take over the kingdom.
This is
It's
just
pretty
purely
chaotic.
player-driven chaos. I love it.
How
What do you
long
guys wanna
would
do
it
this
take
week?
to
So,
construct
what we-
a stronghold out of 5-foot stone blocks?
You guys, this game is a glorified like, fantasy version of Pinky and the Brain with more people.
The lore, though, that this guy's made on his own, like hits his own whole world, is absolutely fucking bonkers.
And then you guys just fuck around in it. That's it.
It's nuts.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. It's kind of what you guys have been doing
He
in my
makes me
game, but I
send
didn't
him
write
my
it.
notes so that he can remember what he's told us.
Oh god, that's funny. All right, you guys ready to play again? Sorry, that was funny. All right, there's nothing else here. What do you guys want to do?
Bond with my new familiar.
Take my shoulder, pauldron, you know, like rabbits with their cool ass wings, making me look cool.
How strong
Get
are
out of there.
rabbits?
Did you
Fucking
add it?
not
Did you add it to
strong, man.
your extras panel, Breaker, the Chimera Rabbit,
Yeah.
or Chimera
Can
Hare,
we have-
H-A-R-E?
Can we have 4 rabbits try to carry one guy just to test it out?
Their strength is -5. It's a
What?
1. They have a 1 in strength. So I assume no.
So what are they supposed to do then?
They're cute.
I mean, they'll
They
grab
are
your
wise
shoe,
and
and that's about it.
dexterous.
With their mouth,
And
they'll grab your
that's it.
shoe with their their mouth, and they do nothing.
They're
Well,
not
I
even
can't hear Rob.
wise.
I can't hear Rob. Everyone's talking. What did you say, Rob?
I said the hairs basically grab onto a shoe of one person at the same time, and all like 2 on one side, 2 on the other shoe, and bite it and try to pull their chins up, and that's about the extent of them trying to lift. They're very weak.
They can lift something
Very.
though. How much
Paper.
does a 1 in strength translate to any poundage? Like
Yes,
under a
if you go
pound?
into your character sheet and click the strength at the top, not the button, but like the naming where it doesn't like give you a thing, it'll open up a side panel and tell you what the strength does. It's basically an interactive rule sheet on your character sheets if you're wondering about what strength does and stuff. You can click it on any stat.
1 in strength means they can carry 15 pounds.
So not me.
Van, you gotta lose some weight, bud. You could be 60 pounds.
Wait a minute.
I believe that that only translates that they can carry 15 pounds if their size is medium and if they're a player.
Just imagine Van's arms out like this with a rabbit
This
on
thing
the
is-
ends and then rabbits on his
There's
shoulders.
also
just
rules about
carrying it.
carrying and
Tiny
picking
are-
up
tiny are
things.
halved. So they're 7 pounds. Van, you gotta lose a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Velen, do you know reduce? Because I can.
Because
cast
there's also
reduce,
rules
and
about
then
things
she
that you
can
cannot
cast
pick up,
reduce.
or like you cannot pick up and hold up unless there's a skill check involved if things are 2 sizes too big. Like, for example, if you want to grapple a creature, you can't grapple something that's 2 sizes bigger than you. You can only grapple something that's within 1 size. So a medium creature can grapple anything smaller than it, and also something that's large, but not something that's huge or gargantuan category.
I want to say that mine is a little dwarf rabbit with fairy.
Sure.
My cat is called Bagheera.
Mine is
Bagheera,
Toki.
nice.
My one is called Jinx after the name of Sissy J's cat. Cat hair.
Toki is a rabbit in Korean.
Kotake and Koumei.
Hakuna Matata.
I've got good news, boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baboons weigh 23 pounds. Our rabbits
Now
can
wait a
carry
minute.
Yeah, my
28
rabbit's not
pounds.
very- Sorry.
Monkey drop
You
shit.
have a rabbit-sized seat. I believe that the speed of the rabbit would be 0 if they try to carry and move with it.
Oh, so they can't do anything?
They can look cool, sit on my shoulders, and be my pals. I don't know how much more we need. I'm cool. The 20 hit
You
points.
need to
hell yeah,
click
2 rabbits,
your
I'm down.
backpack if you want to see what the encumbrance rules are, because there's a difference
thought
between
we
being able to
did
lift something
something.
and having encumbered it, being encumbered by it. If you want to go down the rabbit hole, but
And my cat that we left outside
I'll see myself
is
out.
smart enough to not eat my rabbits. So
all right, we got about an hour. Yeah, we got about an hour left of our game time.
Just to be clear, we're not going to send these animals to fight. They are just our pets and nothing more.
I mean, that's what mine is.
Good.
oh yeah, every turn they're taking the hide action.
Yeah, Toki's not fighting anybody.
The
The rabbits can do
can
something
escape.
else too. The rabbits
How-
can just dash away.
How's my mental communication with the cat? Is it help a little bit or?
Put the hats. Don't we have the telekinetic hats?
Mesh, how much intelligence does your cat have?
Let's see.
It's supposed to be 3 and up, right?
Int is 3.
This thing has no bounds of communication with you. Now,
This is
here's
a
what I'm going to say
normal cat.
for this. It will obey verbal commands from everyone except for Mesh, who has the ability to communicate telepathically on his own.
Okay.
Now,
That's fair.
that being said, there is a range for Mesh in telepathy. And for the one that has tremor sense, it's very good that you guys are able to communicate with it this way, because it would be a little distracted with kind of the different ways that it has to be able to sense things, right? So if you would like to command the creatures, I'm gonna put a caveat on this, just like kind of general function. If you try to gain functions or use the pets for some kind of mechanical benefit, they are now in jeopardy and they're on the board as far as I'm concerned. Okay, which means they can be hurt. Okay, if you want to keep the pets as a pet, I will allow you to give them plot armor if you would like to not use them as a functional piece. But when you put that play piece on the board, then I have something that I can target. Or rather, the things that you play against may or may not want lunch.
Yeah, the first AoE spell nukes everything.
Yes, that is why plot armor exists. If you would like to keep your baboon as a baby Bjorn permanently that just happens to have a bite that's poisonous, just for some satire, that's fine. But if you want to have that bite actually save your life and your bacon some down the trip, if a fireball happens, that thing's toast. So
The weasel for sure is plot armored if I can do that.
I'd say the fact
the weasel
of
just
getting
be a light?
the weasel itself is just being basically a functional torch is fine to get benefit from and also have plot armor. That's fine.
Yeah, it is a flashlight.
Yeah, you have a flash weasel.
How is Shine reacting to all this? She's been on my neck this entire time.
I was
Isn't
pretty
that up to
sure
you
that
to
you
decide?
left Shine with the dogs.
Oh, I did. Yes, I did. Sorry, it's been a while. I forgot. Never mind.
Can you decide that anyway, Goldy? Since you control and decide what Shine does all the time.
Yeah, but no, I did leave it. Rob is right. I forgot. It's been a very long time since then. Okay, now we have cuddly creatures. We must protect them with our lives.
Yeah, the cat I think is the most powerful mechanical benefit that you guys currently possess, but the flying rabbits are actually like, if you use your brains a bit more, those things are very, very, very good.
Mesh, what's that in my Minecraft? The blue flying things?
Allies.
Allies. They're allies. Just give them time. Go find more.
Funny thing, allies have literal plot armor. You can't kill them.
Yeah, they do in Minecraft. Yeah. Okay, what would you guys like to do?
I guess this tower is next on the list.
Ooh, Rob, are any of us woozy from the bloodletting?
No. You guys have fought things harder than that.
I did a cure wounds on myself, by the way.
Okay.
Do I have
I rolled for it a while ago.
Okay, let's get going.
Do I have my short rest thingy? Okay, I'll second when to get some back. We did a short rest, so second when that.
Okay. You guys are going where next? Sorry.
This little place over here.
This tower.
Over yonder.
Finger Tower. Yeah.
Can we have another name for it?
Well, it looks a little bit more phallic than fingeric, if you would prefer, I suppose.
You know what? Finger's fine.
Definitely prefer that.
That is exactly what I wanted to hear. Oh my god. Oh, I could not have scripted that better. Well, actually, we kind of seems like we did. This is a conical shaped tower. It is held relatively upright by a ring of arched buttresses. Those are the things you can see on the map.
Right.
Expressionless, humanoid shaped figures stand in silence around the perimeter. And the roof has a large, ragged hole in it where it looks to be something has smashed into it.
Rob, are these figures the same as the ones I saw when we originally went to the sea? The same.
Can you be a little bit more specific, please?
So when we first arrived into the city, I saw shadowy figures everywhere in the city. Are these the same figures?
There's reason to suppose that, but I'd say that that's only because you didn't get a good look at those, and you did get a good look at these.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say that you guys are basically from the entrance of where you're at now. By the time you take a couple steps out, you can see this. Like, this is before you even get to really approach them. But I will tell you that this entrance is about 80 or so feet away, so it's not really like, if these things thought you were a threat and are like they've got like a range of like 100 plus feet, they could hit you. So it's very clear that they're not reacting to you for some reason or another.
Sorry, do they look like actual humans? Like they're alive?
Actually, no. You've seen something like this before. I just forgot. You guys saw some of these in the museum when you first arrived. You fought a couple of the ones that had the armor, and then the ones that had like the little like ghostly looking things that try to peek into your mind.
We got the names of these, right? Margin something.
They're called Megan, yeah. Or Majin.
Margin?
Majin.
Really?
Majin.
No, Majin.
I'd say like.
So they look like this.
I can't even see that. Can you?
But
it's like a human with blue skin.
Yeah, they have like bluish skin, and they have like electrical looking veins.
And do they actually have their swords and stuff then, like big weapons?
That one didn't have it drawn outside, but this is the other one you saw.
Oh, okay.
They look kind of like a wizard.
That one's bald. Are they all bald?
There's also a new one that you haven't seen before that looks a bit more.
Like Magneto powers. That's why they're bald.
This one looks a little bit different. You've seen this one now.
Oh,
and if you're looking for numbers, there are 3 of the one I just showed you, 3 of the armored ones, and 1 of the the bald, floaty monk-looking thing.
Oh,
Okay.
these are like porters.
Oh,
Like what, sorry?
Porters, security, and one more thing that they
Cleaning.
said cleaning. Yeah, something like that. I forget the 3 classes they said.
Cleaning.
They had 3 classes of workers they magically made so they didn't have to do work.
Okay, so these are magic, like
those dudes.
maintenance dudes.
Guards, workers, and valets.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Now, this is where we got the name Majin also. Majin.
Okay.
Majin. I keep going Majin because
Majin from Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Majin Theros. I don't know.
Breakers and
Imagine these nuts.
You know, we've learned a couple of things about the city.
okay.
We learned that like they had these chimeric pets, and we learned how to create the chimeric pets in the last building. We also learned about these human Magan constructs, and we're looking at the building where they might be created.
The level of coincidence from the lore that you roll on the table and the things that you do in the city is mind-boggling. I just have to say that from the DM's chair. Like, just mental that you rolled the shit and do it like within a session is crazy.
Mind blasting.
So do we want backup guards, I guess? If we can figure out how to make them.
Just
We just
again,
make
you
an
guys are
army
within
while
80. I'm
rolling
not saying
through
you
the
guys are
city.
80 feet away, just to set the precedence, okay?
Right.
Can we tell if the Magan are active, or are they just...
Define
Dormant.
active, Breker. What do you mean by that?
I guess like signs of life moving, or...
They are 100% active in that sense.
Oh,
So they're like
You see them
you can
shifting
see
their
them
weight. You see
blinking,
one.
or-
You see
yeah.
the 3 of the armored ones shifting their weight. You see that the other 3 of them are floating, and then the
Okay, yeah,
one
that-
kind
yeah.
of, I guess you could say, the one isolated one is, just kind of scanning with its head, looking side to side.
Have they noticed us? Have they turned their attention to us?
Your eyes have met at least one of them, if not all of them, at some point in time, depending on how long you've been here. But they do not regard you, like
Are
as
any
far
of
as a
them stuck
threat
in-
or as far as like aggressive nature. They just kind of acknowledge your existence and move on. They do not move from their stations.
Are any of them facing a wall, walking forward?
The thing is, when we
None of them are walking.
when we met the other ones, they were combat practice. That was like a combat practice room, clearly.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. This one they're just
The other one was more of like
There's
There's a
um
couple different.
the other one was kind of like a cross between like a museum and like a display. But yeah, you couldn't quite figure out what the purpose was for that kind of room. But yeah, that's a decent.
Well, we fought them.
Yeah, I'm saying for the room that you fought them in, that
Oh.
Dallan's saying is like hard to discern what the exact purpose was, but he's guessing it was kind of like a combat practice room.
That makes.
There was like suits of armor that were filled with the Majin when you mess around with them.
Should we slowly approach forward, see if they react? Hey guys?
Why don't you send out something to see if it reacts to that?
I only have one more charge of this. And I don't preach their eye roll. They're alive too. They're living.
We're pretty close to the point where we'll probably have to take a long rest.
How much time has gone by?
It feels like we've been here out all day.
No.
I have been here.
Well, this might... If we're gonna do a long rest, Goldy, this is time to send the last pet to see if they're gonna attack on sight.
Okay.
They might have lasers, and then the lasers, like when you get close, the lasers come out and attack you.
Did a long
Yeah,
rest,
you're scared.
though, didn't we?
We haven't had one. Wait,
We did.
we had a short...
Oh, we had
We had
1
short,
hour.
we had 2 short rests so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even a long one for
We
a
just had
while.
to back up.
I should think we're really tired by now.
There it is.
Okay. You guys sure about this? This is the last charge.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna do it away from them.
Roll D8. You know the drill.
Yeah. Backpack. Oh, we're in the middle. What do we get? What do we get? We get a boar.
Okay.
That's one direwolf, please.
A boar is. You've rolled direwolves loads of times, and you rolled the big.
I rolled more boars, more. Okay.
Oh, but you rolled
You
the
rolled
most?
badgers. Badgers the most.
Badgers, weasels. But the boar's pretty good.
Alright,
the boar's
guys.
like pretty big, right? So.
Guys, understand whatever I say to him now, he'll do, but in a more linear way. So if he gets to a certain point and we need to call him back, we have to get to that point ourselves.
Okay. How far are we even away? Are we still like 80 feet away from the?
We're 80 feet.
Okay. Should we get closer, or do you want to command the boar from here?
I can tell him to walk like 40 feet and then stand and wait.
Just tell him to like get closer and closer until he can like sniff the door and then come back.
Like gradually, just see. But you need to be within a few feet of them, see if they react or whatever. Probably not even that close.
Rob, it's gonna be a little bit complicated. Sorry. I'm gonna tell the boar to move 20 feet, and after 20 feet, see if they react. If they don't, to keep walking forward 20 feet until it reaches the door.
Okay. Boar bounds forward. It goes 20 feet away from you. Stops. Then continues moving until it's about 30 feet away from the Magian. In which case, all of them snap to attention, look at it.
Uh-oh.
And the boar freezes for a brief moment.
Oh.
You see the Magian that has the more simple robes on rather than the elaborate ones. Its like bald head kind of has this quick like spider jolt of like electricity that seems to pulse through it.
Creepy.
It's kind of like a, and then it kind of like lights and then disappears, and the boar looks back at you and then sits down.
Okay.
Okay, that's the feat we can go up to without any kind of punishment. What?
Theoretically, I mean, you can go back further and see what happens.
We are definitely fighting them, or what?
Who said anything about fighting?
I'm asking.
Well, Goldy's instructions were to go 20 feet and then go and sniff the door. He didn't say 20 feet away from them. He said 20 feet away from him. And then he went closer to go to the door. Something happened, and it didn't know what to do, so it sat down.
Okay.
Explicit instructions matter.
Right.
These things, the reason that I'm being really strict on this, Goldy, is because these things do have very low intelligence as a summoned creature and cannot pick up what you infer.
That's fair. How far away is he right now?
I'm going to say he's 50 feet from you, 30 feet from them.
Interesting.
But none of them seemed to react until the 30-foot range had been breached.
If it's all right with you guys, I'm just going to get at least 40 feet away from those guys and summon it back.
So you're moving closer.
You guys okay with that?
What do we want to do?
If you're okay with it.
Because we can't just stay 30 feet away from them.
I mean, let's ask Scant what the like LaRose words for deactivator stand down or some sort of dismissal. See if that'll.
I mean, he'll give you those words if that's what you're asking him to give you. He'll tell you the word for dismissal, and he'll tell you the word for deactivate. But Anything more than that's
like
probably a bit too complex, unless you spend more time to like dedicate like a full sentence structure.
So I'll shout those words at the.
Maybe we should get a little
From
bit
80
closer.
See
feet?
what fucking happens. No, I mean with that, I thought we got like up to 40 feet is what we were talking about. So.
Well, I didn't
I was asking,
hear whether or not you guys were going or not.
Yeah.
Should we go that far, guys? Yes.
You could try messaging. Do you have message?
Yeah, but I mean, I doubt it'll do anything. But I can try. I'll try to message it. But
Message sends. No response.
cool. Figured.
So are we all just kind of lined up 30 feet away from them?
Yeah, we can go closer.
Until you go to 30
40.
feet, I need to know. So you guys, whatever you guys want to do up until that point, I don't care. But you guys can do whatever you want until you get to 30 feet.
Can we? Let's just
Speed
go
this along.
40 feet. Grab my boar, cause I want my boar, and then we can decide.
Boar
Yay?
seems fine.
Okay.
You just
Yeah. I'll,
look to
I'll-
you
when we
for
get-
what to do next. That's all.
All right. Sensibly speaking, are we gonna fight them? Do we want to fight them?
If we can avoid
Pulls out a
fighting them, that would be
crossbow
good.
and like levels it at the
No,
lightning
don't-
head guy who looked at
Oh
us.
my god.
Doesn't
You're gonna
react.
start initiative now. That's what's gonna happen. Now we have to fight.
As you guys get within, 60 feet, they're all eyes trained on you. They're watching you. Because you're not stealthing
Why don't we
anymore.
try
enough for them. When
Can we try
get-
communicating with them
That's
rather than
what I've been-
aiming
yep.
weapons at their heads?
So time out.
first?
What did Breker say?
Not saying anything. I'm just pulling it out and like
Pulling what
trying
out?
to see
Sorry?
if they do it. The crossbow.
If you pull your crossbow out, the 3 armored ones pull a sword and they pull their shields from their back and they make a phalanx in front of the others.
Okay,
They
so
see
they're gonna
your
fight us.
crossbow.
But they do not
They're gonna fight us
advance.
if you're gonna
They
fight
just
them.
defend. But because of certain things that are happening right now, the Magian that has the simple robes will stand behind the 3 that have the more nice robes. They will advance to make sure that they have a 30-foot range with you, Breker, and start to move towards you. And in Breker, in your mind, you hear something.
Swear to God, if that Demi Lynch comes back.
Oh, by the way, that like sparking thing happens again, just over its head, and then Breker, you hear this. We understand you are not intruders. Please leave the area. We are not accepting guests at this time.
Can I try to respond to it at all?
In your mind or out loud?
Both. Thinking it and then like yelling it slightly loud enough for them to hear.
You get the feeling that the connection for telepathy is one way. But what do you say out loud?
I'm gonna lie
Okay.
and say we are envoys from Irio, who has requested a check-in on the facility. Specifically Irio Larthus.
Do you say Irio or do you say Irio Larthus?
Irio Larthus.
Okay. I would like you to make a deception check, please. And yeah, that's it.
Can I help him with the deception by like backing him up
23.
with some? Like,
Some
oh well,
music.
that's it.
Could I also pull
please
out the,
talk
like,
amongst yourselves for a brief moment. I need to read something.
I'd pull out the like fireball necklace and say he's given her the necklace as proof that
I'm wearing that.
I'd just point to it. It's like we have
Oh,
the,
it just grabs the
necklace of
Devii, like,
fireballs.
got the necklace.
Oh, wait, no, that's Catavexus. False alarm. Never mind.
You see, we got the. You just like rise up a little bit more. Stop, you crescent.
We don't have anything of Eriolarthus's, but we know what he looks like. We haven't found any like clothes or disguises or anything, have we?
Just the mask that we found.
Wouldn't the museum thing have the clothes and attire of their people?
The head figure again flashes, and you get another message. This time can reach all of you.
Ooh.
You're unaware of such orders. However, you seem convincing. You would allow this. However, there is no current way for you to enter the vicinity outside of staying within our range. We will order others to leave. If you cannot open the door, we will treat you as a threat.
Oh.
You can't open the door? Guys.
Slight retcon. If you attempt to enter the observatory, you will be stopped. You may now enter the area in the vicinity and loiter. I suppose inspections are common.
I mean, if this isn't a tower, we need time to find these dudes.
This thing is the observatory. This tower's the observatory, I'm guessing. That's what that is.
It is rather small, though.
I didn't think it was an observatory, but I guess it is though.
Can we stand a little close to the door without opening it to see if there's any magic?
You guys are basically free to move around now. Breaker's deception check has given you that freedom.
Huh. Nice.
As you look around, the door is made out of iron. And it's the only door in is at the base of this, what they referred to as the observatory. It is welded shut from the outside.
Any windows?
No. Just the mention of what I said. There is a large ragged hole somewhere at the top that looks like it might have smashed through.
Can I
Go through a large ragged hole.
Can I point at the hole to them and be like, can we just go in this way? It's easier. If you don't have a problem.
We do not have a way of getting you a sky coach, so navigating outside of the door is your prerogative.
Yeah, I mean, we can, wait, the hole's higher up? It's not down below? Gotcha, never mind.
Can I expect the walls of the tower?
The hole in the ceiling in an observatory.
How feasible is it to actually climb?
Is it the hole for the observatory? Like it's on the very top?
Correct.
Can we grappling hook into it?
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't see why not.
Suggest.
You can try.
Rob, can I check how feasible the wall is for climbing?
Covered in ice. Certainly try.
How sturdy it is?
Everything's covered
all
in
of the
ice, isn't it?
supports for the observatory seem to be intact, Devii.
Grappling hook weighs less than 15 pounds. 7 pounds.
Yes.
Have the bunny arm carry up a grappling hook instead of...
I believe that the encumbered state would allow the flight, but it would be slow. Half speed.
Just here for 3 hours watching.
Breker salutes as the bunnies like rise at like 5 feet per minute.
So what do you tell the bunny?
I don't have any bunnies, so I can send my climbing baboon though.
Oh well, if someone's sending the bunny with a grappling hook, I just need to know what the command is.
I'm gonna send my baboon up to set the grappling hook for us.
Okay. Just give me. Does the baboon have a climb speed?
check. Climb 30 feet.
Yes, the baboon's claws are adapted for this circumstance, and as you can tell, also oddly satisfactory for ice. So it grabs a grappling hook, puts it in its mouth, and or sorry, it does not put it in its mouth. It kind of like
I was gonna say
rings it around its arm and holds one arm, and then kind of does the three-legged race all the way up there as it's holding this grappling hook, and it gets up there and peers over what has the thing, and it looks like a little it looks like a jowl. It holds it at the top and just goes like this. And then what did you say to do with it?
Just set it, like hook it on the lip so it'll be firm for us.
Kind of just drops it, and then like see it like throw more rope over, and then you just see it like grab a rock and go like hit the thing.
Can we climb up this rope?
Perhaps we should tug it first.
It's secure.
Okay.
Monkey's smart.
Mesh, maybe
you can all give me athletic checks with advantage.
Shit.
Mesh, I'm gonna go first just in case.
Can I climb the rope charismatically?
No.
Is that are you sure?
You
I don't
can,
know.
but it might not help you.
Woo! I got a crit.
Does everyone have to do the check?
A Spider-Man my way up there.
I'm giving you advantage to show basically how long it's going to take, not if you can do it. So crit means that Goldy basically can do this in about a minute. It's like a fireman's run up a ladder. It's like routine.
How high is it? What,
Can I just say that the baboon on my side is having a wonderful time just being carried?
I rolled a 17, so I'm imagining that I grabbed onto Goldy and he's...
I'm going to say it's probably about 30 feet up, like from base tip, probably about 35 feet all the way up.
Do I have to roll?
You guys
Like 3
weigh
floors.
much heavier than I thought.
Not that heavy.
Oh, almost like a person's holding me.
Dude.
So who did not roll? Sorry?
Do I have to roll?
Yes, everyone has to roll with advantage. Athletics, please. And I would like to know who rolled what, because I only know right now is what Goldy rolled.
16.
I know what I rolled.
Okay.
I was excited.
14.
14. Devii, what'd you roll again? I didn't hear it.
17. I said
Okay.
since I'm usually really weak, I like to imagine that I'm holding onto Goldy.
Yeah.
He's picking me up.
Breker, what'd you get?
10.
Okay. Cal, what'd you get?
22.
Okay. On athletics? I don't think so.
Oh shit! I rolled the wrong one. Sorry.
Oh, not acrobatics.
Yeah.
It's athletics. Sorry. I rolled the wrong one. Sorry, 19.
19. Okay. Yeah, you guys are surprising yourselves. The crampons mixed with the rope and the set from the baboon make it very easy. You guys probably only spent about 5 minutes getting up there. It does not take long. Especially it seems like Goldy going first seems to have set a couple of footholds to make it a little bit easier for you. With his heavy crampons, probably catch some spots for you to use the wall rather than the rope. And then also, surprisingly, despite its size, the baboon giving you an extra hand once you get to the top is much easier to get up there.
Breker's baboon is just like screaming at him, confused at why Breker is so bad at climbing.
Amazing.
Have I taught you nothing?
Okay. Want this one? No.
Hey, my cat can climb also.
No, that's the good one. I need the weird one. Yes, this one. Okay. Okay. Once you've ascended to the uppermost floor, a large telescope dominates a 30-foot diameter circular chamber at the top of the tower. Gazing into the telescope's eyepiece is a hulking frog-like biped in wizard's robes, paying you no mind, as it mumbles to itself.
Yo, a frog.
Adamantine shields cover the observatory's windows. And a large chunk of stone from another building seems to have crashed through the roof and embedded itself into the floor like a jagged stone knife. The intruding fragment bears a strange inscription on one side.
Can you give us the description of Frogman again?
A hulking biped frog-like figure in wizard's robe pays you no attention and mumbles to itself silently as it's madly fiddling with the telescope and jotting some, or not jotting notes down, but like moving around the chamber and messing with some switches and stuff on the telescope.
Could we tell?
Would you like a picture?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Of a frog wizard with a telescope? Bro.
Wait, what did you say that? What did you say?
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can provide you a picture first.
Frag.
Frog time. Frog time.
It's frag game.
You weren't ready for frog.
Fragzard, no.
Frags out.
All right, this is building 15.
Frogs are
Freezered?
friends, not food.
Frozard?
All right,
No.
that is not gonna work. Let's do this.
The frog creature in Chrono Trigger was simply named Frog.
Okay. You are not allowed to read the description if you can. So please try to not read the description or search anything about it. But the frog is slightly green, but kind of a mixture of a green-blue, despite the image.
He's so cute already. I love him.
There you go.
Yeah, just looking at the frog. Oh, cool! Bigger head than I thought it would be. Right, I'm
Little guy.
I've seen it. I'm just gonna get rid of it now. Rob, is it possible from where we're standing to see where the telescope is pointing?
Sure.
Like,
it's pointing at a wall.
It's pointing at an ice wall.
Is it just an ice wall?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it might be looking out to the city. Huh, that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of it because I don't want to read that.
Said literally nothing.
The last one into the room, Breker would enter and be like, "Oh, you guys haven't introduced me to your new friend."
Detect thoughts, Rob. What's going on in there?
What's going in that froggy?
Ooh.
What's going on inside that head?
What does your elf mind see?
Legolas.
What does your toad mind think?
Unless you die from the unexplainable intelligence that you witness.
Mesh, do you remember how I described peering into the thoughts of a mind flayer for the first time? How you basically had some sort of impenetrable fortress of noise?
Yeah, very static-y feel to it.
This is like that, but instead of static and organized, like kind of intelligence and shielding, this penetrating kind of feeling that you're trying to go for with this just general surface reading is like trying to insert reason into a screaming crowd.
Bro, it's just like me for real.
It's just like, it's not loud, it's not deafening, it's just like you can only hear a crowd screaming in the distance. with thousands of voices. Just like,
It's like a music video background.
no, this sounds like a riot.
Oh, I think I know
Utter
what that
chaos.
He's got a rave in his head.
I don't. What's happening?
Or rather, it almost sounds like there's all kinds of other things. So the best way I can say this, mentally speaking, is this is completely impenetrable for you to gain anything, and also is just like chaos and misery and kind of like looting or pillaging kind of environment. Like it's chaos, there's fear, there's anger, there's greed. It's like all these emotions kind of like mixing and just like the emotions themselves being in chaos. It's just like this too much. So if you would like to actually cast Detect Thoughts and like peer deeper, you might be able to go past that. But as far as surface stuff, you can't get nothing.
Not yet. I'll wait for the conversation to unroll, I guess.
I'm gonna say hello, very boastfully towards it. Hello. He seems busy.
Is he talking to her?
To himself. Hello?
Are you saying that in Elvish? You should probably say bring Professor Scan out. He might be.
Professor Scan.
Scant, any insights about Frogfellow?
What's Professor Scan say?
Interesting. The robes he's wearing have the star on them. That symbol means that they're some kind of astronomer, perhaps? It's a symbol of Ythren, so it's, perhaps this is not an outsider.
Can you communicate with him? Can you say in Ythren, like, hello?
Ythren is not something to be spoken, that is the rose, but...
So this frog guy is, like, checking notes and stuff, right? Can I have, like, basically follow him around and have Scant look at whatever he just touched and try to figure out what he's doing?
As you get closer, he doesn't really seem to have any notebooks. There's like a bunch of like books and parchments and stuff on the floor that are undisturbed. But if you get like, how close do you want to get to this thing to see what he's doing? I mean, the chamber's 30. There's a 30-foot sphere, so I mean, or circle. So you guys are basically within about 10 or about 20 feet. But if you get close,
if it moves, I go quickly to where it was and try to look at whatever it was looking at.
Okay, so you're saying like 5 to 10 feet is fair game.
I'm trying to stay out of its way too, so if it starts coming back,
so you don't want to disturb it while it's working. Is the intent?
Yeah.
Okay. It basically keeps checking switches, knobs, and chambers of this thing. It looks like there's multiple lenses on different parts of the thing, as per the picture, and switches and levers all across it. There's even a couple like round pieces that seem to be rotators. One rotator is vertical and one rotator is horizontal, so that it can turn the thing horizontal and also can turn the lens as well. That's about all you get. Scant is lost on this thing. It just looks like a telescope.
It's got to be something. It's got to be something more complex, because they wouldn't just be looking at a wall.
Could I just have a genuine look at what he's touching without actually going near enough to actually touch it? Just have a look if it's actually functioning. It's got my might be just seen now for all we know.
I mean, there is lights and readers and things changing regularly,
Right.
and there does seem to be some sort of arcane power that is not diminished on this.
Can I look through the telescope?
You can, but you will definitely be disturbing this thing's work if you do that. You would know for sure because it keeps switching between the lenses quite frequently. So if you're willing to try to disturb their thing or do it in between her actions, then yeah.
Her.
Yeah, there does seem, now that you're really close to this thing, it does seem to have some slight feminine features. But generally speaking, it's more like, actually I should say it this way. The way the robe has ripped in certain sections, there seems to be the remnants of what would be kind of described as like a modern day like cuirass or bra of some sort, like some sort of supporting structure that does not seem to be filled at the moment, but is stuck between the robes and the body that it's now, there.
What?
So basically, if someone had a support structure for their upper body, but had no longer a need for it, there would be an indentation there to show the shape of something that once was there, but is no longer, because the figure has grown, and like the robes themselves are generally very long for robes, but the figure is like hulking size now, and the robes figure pieces have like ripped in certain sections to like accommodate for the size.
To be honest, it probably wasn't original fraud.
Yeah, was this someone that got turned into a frog? That's what it sounds like. So they was not a frog to start with.
And I will tell you one more thing that Scant will tell you, that this looks to be a high-ranking, what's it called? A high-ranking robe.
Whoa.
Like markings on the robe would dictate some sort of higher rank.
Dallan, do you want to try and cast like remove curse on this thing?
No.
Why?
Whatever happened to that thing is transformative. I don't think that my remove curse is going to do anything. Remove curses are like for minor problems with the mind or with the body, or perhaps something with an object. That thing is far too far gone.
What kind of magic would help then?
Well, I've seen some clerics cast some sort of restorative magic. I've seen that before, but that's very, very powerful and requires... Yes, that's the one. And it requires a lot of...
I need a diamond for?
Yes, the expensive one. That might work.
I have that prepared. I just don't have a diamond to do it with.
Well, I would rather you not use it on a stranger, to be honest with you.
Good.
Yeah.
Though.
Well, we don't know. Yeah.
Listen, my city wasn't the one that got lost to time 3,000 years ago.
That's surprising coming from you. I thought you'd want to get information from them.
I do, but that thing looks dangerous. You see the staff, and you can see this, like, rod underneath the...
I can cast through my familiar.
Yeah, I understand that.
So all I'd have to do is summon my ravens and cast.
Breker, you said you did not want to disturb this thing at all, so you did not look through the lenses, correct?
I did not.
Okay.
Why don't we just have
Scant will tell you that he can read the chunk of the wall that is now a dagger of stone embedded in the floor. It's in the script is in Draconic. He said he can read it if you want.
That would be good.
The rock says, "Third, a burnt palm loosens the tongue."
A third.
Third, a burnt palm loosens the tongue. Shed a secret about yourself for all to hear.
Loosens the thumb.
The tongue.
Tongue, okay.
A burnt palm. Palm is in the palm of your hand, Meshadieme. Tongue as in the little muscle in your mouth that waggles too much. Shut a secret about yourself for all to hear.
Is this going to be like a massive incantation all combined together?
This is, well, number 4 was coax a secret from another.
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 is quench the flame in thy palm with
6.
ice. So is 3 start fire in your palm?
Isn't 6?
I guess so, yeah.
Hide themselves but behind a mask?
Well, I'm not sure if the third one is insinuating that you have already made a fire because it says it's burnt. So perhaps the fire is before.
We need to know because hopefully we'll find it.
Yeah.
I think it might have to do with taking down the barrier in the center.
7th traces the circle? Sorry, I'm just reading this out loud.
Breker would kind of just go down the list of the names of the magic people that we've met and just kind of like say the name, look up at the frog lady, and then go back down to the list.
Mm-hmm.
Transmutation, Metaltra?
Diviner would be the closest, right? Looking at the stars.
I was thinking, yeah.
I mean, that's where we're at. Is the
APS?
divination tower.
No, divination is on south of us.
Yeah, we're not at any of
Theoretically.
This is a chunk of another tower that fell in here.
I was thinking transformation. This is something's happened to this person.
Does anything happen as Breker lists off the names?
As Breker lists off the names, it's less about the fact that there's a reaction and more about there not being anyone. And I'm gonna say Devii. Give me an insight roll.
I can do
Or
that.
you can give me a medicine check. You might get different things depending on which one you want to take the bonus on.
I do have a better insight to that.
Well, it's less about which one is better if you roll decent. So think about your bonuses and then you can tell me which one you use. It's more about what type of information you're going to get.
I'm gonna do insight just because that's what I personally want.
Okay.
That's a 25.
Okay. 25 will get you that this person is doing a lot of actions over and over and over again without any difference. Almost like they're expecting a different result. A few times, the same actions have very minor changes now that you've been able to observe it, where they might do the same actions about 10 times in a row, but the order of those actions has shifted.
It just seems like they're doing their duties over and over again because they don't have a mind. Like they have a feeble
but
mind.
what you're seeing is that it's almost like they're changing the way they do a long series of actions with switches and twists and button presses and stuff in sequences. So there seems to be a definitive order because at the end of this very long sequence is when the creature begins to start muttering and fiddling with something in their pockets or like doing some sort of weird hand thing or touching of the face or whatever, adjusting the glasses, and then a whole new process has revealed itself so that they start a new sequence, not the same actions, like the same type of actions but not in the same order. And in doing so, it's hyper focused, almost like it's very similar to someone that is like trying to solve a puzzle but like doesn't come to the conclusion and just does a rinse and repeat and just does it over and over and over and over and over again, and it's almost like it's obsessive. But it's not the like there's no order to it. It's like pure chaos or pure guessing is what you're guessing. It doesn't seem to be like when you're trying to crack a code and you start with all ones and then you do all ones and a 2 and all ones and a 3 and you just go up sequentially. It's almost like it's very random to you. It's like they pick this switch, this button, and then it's like all buttons the next time and then like all switches, and then sometimes they repeat the same sequence on accident. It's like chaos. And there's clearly no notes on this at all. And it's very erratic. Like, the whole behavior of this creature, this green frog thing, is wild.
I'll have it. It's...
And a couple of times you're going to notice that the fingers crackle with magic as it seems to be doing some sort of, like, magical influence over this thing of the device itself without actually casting a spell.
I think.
And it casts Mage Hand a couple times while it's doing this.
I will share that with everyone. So I have 1 diamond.
Oh shit, I forgot. There's one more thing.
Hmm.
I think this is best if I just do a DM.
I have a diamond worth 50 GP. Does anyone else have a diamond that much?
No.
I look at Breker.
He might give it to you even if he has it.
What do you want?
What?
It ain't gold, so.
I need a diamond worth 100 GP. I have a diamond worth 50 GP.
Does it specifically need to be a diamond, or can it be a gem worth 100 GP?
It needs to be diamond dust.
Okay. The message has been sent.
Human dust.
I have a yellow diamond worth 500.
Hello?
That might be too much.
I mean, you only need the dust, right? Because you just grind
Yeah,
up 100.
Diamond dust worth 100, and I have a diamond worth 50.
So you need 50 gold pieces worth of diamond dust from the yellow one.
You can grind.
I can prepare that, Devii, if you need. I can prepare like the amount you need. You don't need the whole
Rob,
thing.
I'm gonna try and start like not disturbing it, but trying to get its attention, like snapping fingers. Hey, buddy, how can we help you? You know?
How close are you getting?
Probably close to 5 feet.
Are you trying to interrupt what it's doing?
Not directly, but I'm trying to get in its line of sight, and I'm talking in Elvish.
Understood.
Breker like abruptly like backs up to the wall and like, guys, I know what it is.
What is it?
Mesh, this is what attacked us on the road, but it's
green.
This is the slots.
It's green.
Oh.
I'm backing away.
The ones that attacked you, Breker, I believe were red. This one's green. Far more intelligent.
Okay. Don't think this is exactly that, but very similar.
I'm also retconning what Mesh said he's doing, just for the sake of this.
Okay, yeah.
I still want to try to cast Greater Restoration on them because we might put some info on them. Rob?
Mm-hmm.
You said I definitely have to have the diamond dust 100 GP.
Yes, you have to have it.
Okay. Because I have a diamond that's 300 GP, but that is solely set aside for Revivify.
So what are you trying to tell me?
I'm communicating with the others now to see if I can get it. Because I have a diamond.
Does it have to...
I have a second diamond that's worth 50 GP. So I only need 50 more GP.
Is the shaving of, we have a jewel like smith with us. Is the shaving off the yellow one and combining it with the one that you have to make the dust?
Oh yeah.
Is that not possible still?
I literally just said that. Like.
Yeah.
Can we do that, Rob? Because she's a jewel, she can do.
Can a jeweler convert a 500 diamond into a 450 diamond?
Yeah.
I mean, it would take Chalcedony some time, to be precise, to use the kit correctly. Then make it into dust would take even more time. So if you got the time, yes.
How much time?
I'm guessing you're proficient in this, so it would probably take you about an hour to do everything she's asking.
Okay, so yeah.
To make sure you don't lose any fragments, to make sure the dust is preserved, that it's properly stored, that you don't lose any of it. You know, it takes a while to make good stuff.
Yeah, Devii, I'm not. It's gonna take me a while, so I'm not sure if it's something I can sit down do hair or like maybe go
Devii, why don't you give me a medicine check?
This is information.
Okay, I'll do a
Actually,
medicine check.
Okay. This is tough.
I did just.
You did just roll? Okay. What did you roll?
18, but you said I don't know what check I'm making.
Medicine.
18, 19, 20, 22, 6, 27.
Okay. Even though this is not like Arcana, when one thing changes to another, restoration, like greater restoration, has a tipping point between when it can actually help and when it can't.
Okay.
And your guess is that you're in gray area now.
Okay.
You don't know how long ago this happened. You're also working on a hunch that the transformation did happen to something that was something else, and not just like a smaller version of what this thing is. There's a lot of unknowns, and you're flying blind.
Well, in that case, I think next time we sit down, I just might have Cal start working on my 50 diamond to get it ready for when we really need it. So
and just to
now,
confirm, Breker, I believe hang on. Sorry, I need to check something with CR.
Is it getting close to a good time?
Yeah, we're almost done, Cari. Sorry.
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we got like 5 minutes. I will say that, Breker, I think my comment about them being red was wrong. It might be blue. Let me just double check really fast. Okay. I always get the reds and the blues mixed. So yes, you would have been attacked by a red one. Yes. Okay, yes.
So we know that those things inject. Oh, yeah, it does. She probably got injected.
She's a green one.
That little tadpole thing and became one. Okay.
Got injected by a tadpole?
Yeah, he had some sort of like evil tadpole crawling thingy inside.
Remember how we operated on him?
Fish.
I remember that. Is it the same thing there?
That's what he just said.
Same thing.
That's what they attacked him.
It looks kind of like them, but they were red.
Oh, ew, that's gross.
Yeah, this one has like a lot more intelligence. Doesn't seem to be as erratic, as far as like aggression is concerned. Doesn't seem to be hungry, or like it just seems like its goals are very different. But even though the image is like very blue, it's just because it's cold. But this thing's skin color is like a green blue. It's very, very green, but looks like the coolness has kind of made them a bit more blue in orientation. Or perhaps you can see some of the frost kind of solidifying on their skin. But I just need to figure out what you guys are planning on doing here. Let me just double check one other thing. Because you guys said you were looking outside of the window, right? At the other towers.
Yeah. I'll be honest, if we already got the info from this tower, I'm ready to jet.
Wait, so we're not going to talk to this at all?
Now that I know what it is, I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah. Once Breker said that, I am hesitant to do anything.
Yeah, nope.
Do you want to get injected with a tide pulse?
This is obviously a sentient thing, though. If we can figure out how to help it or talk to it.
When you guys were looking outside of the observatory, you were looking at the other towers. Did someone say that? Is that correct?
Say again?
Did somebody look at the other towers? I think you guys were mentioning something about that.
I said that the piece of the tower with the words was from another one of the towers. Because this isn't one of the main wizard towers.
I see.
So one of the other towers have their top broken off, apart from the necromancy one, which we already dug up.
I think it might be the this is only speculation, but I think it might be from the Conjuration Tower. It looks like the same one.
In the picture it shows it a yellow top there. Divination and Conjuration are the closest, so it could be one of them.
Yeah, I think the shape looks a lot like the Conjuration. Looks like it would go in the middle there.
Can we look out and see if the other towers are missing part of the top?
Make a perception check.
You bet. Wow. 11.
You can tell the white tower that you have marked on the map as divination has a lot of flickering. Yeah, that's an 11. The other tower that you have marked conjuration is... I'm guessing you don't care about the ones you've already been to, right?
Yeah.
There's like yellow light spilling from the top window.
The lights are still there.
Yellow light from Conjuration?
Yeah, and then the white light, or the whitish blue, like icy color of divination is like flickering.
Yeah, I think this is Conjuration.
So the divination's flickering, and the conjuration one has just got normal yellow spilling out of the window.
Rob, you said there was some damage to the tower. Can we see what that is from the inside more closely?
Are you going to go down the stairs, or are you going to stay on the upper level?
Yeah, I'll go downstairs.
Is anyone going with him?
Oh, yeah.
I'll check for traps.
I cock my torchy and head down there.
I kind of want to
cock it.
crawl back down the road.
What, Cari?
Down the road.
You want to go down the rope?
Yeah. No, I'm not already. I want.
Okay. You go downstairs. As you descend the stairs, you can hear a noise.
If it helps, I'm looking for more of those slads because I want to burn them.
Well, I have good news for you. There's a blue one downstairs, and it sees you, and we're gonna roll initiative next week.
Next week? Not right now? Not right here? What?
Correct. We're gonna roll next week.
Darn.
Did all of us go downstairs, or just some of us?
I didn't.
I didn't.
I think
Okay.
So as you
No,
descend the
me-
stairs,
no,
the
me.
three of you, or four of you that went down the stairs, the four of you that went down the stairs saw
I'm
one.
putting my arms on the rope and starting to head down.
Yep. You can see downstairs a blue slod is on the other side of the doorway and is rummaging through some crap downstairs, just looking around, and hears the noises that are from the down, and you guys hear it, and the noise stops, and you come into sight, your eyes meet, and that's initiative. It's like Pokemon. Walk around the corner, eyes meet, exclamation point. Dun,
Rob
dun,
went for the
dun, dun.
entire session without going into initiative.
Yep.
Amazing.
Until the very end. All right. That's it for this week, folks. Next week is a community day in Pokemon Go, so usually that means we cancel. I also have to work that day, which means I will both miss my D&D game and Pokemon for the first time ever, because I have to work during that event, which sucks.
Manji, the event's over.
I
Hope
know.
you were catching.
I was. I'm also going on a trip the first time since lockdown, so I'm gonna miss one, maybe miss another one, but I'll try and get on in Canada.
We'll need to stay in contact with Manji for kind of as things progress through the next couple weeks. Might be complex with aligning everyone's schedules, but there will be no game next week for sure. So
do my best.
Next time we fight.
We fight.
All right. I hope you guys had a good time. Stream. I hope you guys had a great time, and VOD viewers, we appreciate you.
No, fuck you, VOD viewers. You should have been here live.
Yes, true. My players are getting close to the places that I want them to go. Very close.
Oh no!
I got bloody time.
And last, for everyone that is tracking time, all of the events of this evening took an hour.
All of that took only 1 hour?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it would be a little bit longer than that.
Well, you didn't play around as much in the theater, which helped. And when you got to the last tower, or rather the observatory, you didn't spend very long planning at all. So all that plus the kind of general exploring and faffing about in the arena would not have taken very long. Like, the theater is a giant empty place. There's a desk with chains on it. It doesn't take long. It took Mesh 10 minutes to pick the thing. It took another like 2 minutes for Scant to read you a summary, and then you guys left. That was it.
That's true.
Grab some masks and you were out of there. When you went in the menagerie, that took about half an hour. That was not long.
Menagerie.
I think that's what it's called. Something. Yeah, the menagerie. The menagerie, the zoo, whatever.
Magnificent menagerie of...
Yeah, that took about a half an hour because you guys were just faffing about enjoying the game for a little bit before you interacted with it. And then you left. And then you didn't talk with the Megan very much because you passed a check and you just went on your merry way and threw a grappling hook and went upstairs. And then you guys were faffing about upstairs for about half an hour because you were talking a lot.
So this was one of the most efficient sessions we've had then.
This was definitely the most efficient session we've ever played. Like, amazing.
Cool.
That's because, like, I wasn't faffing around. Everyone else was faffing around, but I was.
How dare they faff in my place?
Exactly.
All right, stream. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye,
It's Saturday yet.
Happy time zones.
Fuck for next time. Bye.
Bye.